So we're live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and if you are watching this, you are the resistance. So I'm back live. I just did a live this morning, and it was flooded by a bot farm on my channel. Every comment was just boom, 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 negative, insulting. And I told you right away, it was a bot farm that has targeted my channel, that is trying to sway public belief. So look at this. I found a channel. This guy is clearly, obviously, a JEW with a name like Levy Niche. He has 300,000+ subscribers. And he posted a video just an hour ago. So basically the same time I was live doing a video, right? 4.5K views. Look at the comments. First of all, the video is titled 63% of men have given up. So this is in regards to the modern dating scene, that men have given up. They've chosen their peace over being disrespected by these females. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard me. The mic wasn't attached. So, so this guy now, look at the comments on his video in regards to the exact same topic that I was discussing. So if you saw my live earlier, it was flooded with bots from a bot farm. So look, not one person has anything negative to say to this guy. Not one person is saying, oh, who hurt you? You're heartbroken. Oh, no one can stand you. That's why women don't date you. Like, no comments. So everyone's in support. So why is the public being swayed to support this guy and him talking about the exact same thing I'm talking about, right? So anyway, just to prove my point, because my live earlier got flooded by a bot farm trying to get my video taken down and not recommended because they know that I'm speaking the biblical truth. So now we're going to watch some of this guy's video and see how come he's got nothing negative to be said about him. Everyone is completely in support. And this is obviously another bot farm because these people aren't real people. So he's got all the positive bots in support of his channel because he's part of the synagogue of Satan. So let's watch it and see.
63% of men have given up on dating, and I actually broke this down. I call it the unscientific cost per nut index. We will get into this cost per nut index, and I'll break it down for you of why men have just checked out. Let's get off into this.
Most a man should spend on a first.
So yeah, so he's doing a cost per nut index. So he's going to tell you how much it costs with a breakdown. And you heard him say, he's like, why men have checked out. This is the exact same thing I've been talking about all week. He just posted this an hour ago and is flooded with support and agreement. Do you see how the bots can sway public perception depending on who's giving the information? Good to see you, Nanny Bell.
First date.
I wouldn't say like with the most, but I think the minimum, I feel like within the like 200 to 300 range is like normal.
That's the minimum?
Yes.
What makes you think that's normal?
And that's me being like nice. Like I feel like if you're trying to...
That's you being nice. I know you're not nice to the mirror in the morning. Shots fired! When it has to look at itself.
to take someone on a really nice date and really trying to impress a girl, like, okay, you're...
This guy's allowed to take fires and shots at these women and diss them, but no one's calling him an incel or a woman hater or a sexist pig. Like, he's getting nothing but good comments. You see how the internet is fucked up?
For dinner at a nice place.
Why would I want to impress a used vehicle with 100,000 miles on it with 1,000 rear-end collisions?
How is he allowed to speak like this about women?
This is a first date we're still talking about.
Yeah, don't you want to impress the girl on your first date? Like, you
impress me? No.
You want to show her a good time, get drinks, get dinner, do something else. Like, I don't know.
Well, but is that realistic for a man to want to spend $300-400 the first time he's getting to know a chick?
I think so. Otherwise, what are you doing? If you...
Hell no. What are you doing? Do you know how many DLCs I could buy with that? Do you know how many skins I could buy with that? Do you know I could get a nice little upgrade for the PC? I could put a PS5 on layaway. You know, there are a lot of things I could buy with that.
You're not trying to impress someone. you're just like wasting your time. You're just trying to screw them.
What does he get in return for dropping $400 on a first date for you?
He gets my attention.
If it takes
Whoa. So just to get a woman's attention, like I said yesterday, they have a price. And like this girl's saying, you need the minimum. She's like, that's me being nice. $400 is the minimum just to get their attention, right? And that's not guaranteed anything else. That's just for them to show up, have your attention, and then you have to drop them home. No kiss, no second date guarantee, no sex, definitely not, right? That's just to get their attention. And like this guy's saying, it's like you could buy a whole bunch of new games for your PlayStation. You can get an upgrade for your PC, a new graphics card. Like $400 is a lot of money. And no men are choosing, like, it's not worth it. $400 just to get your attention and have nothing guaranteed. Just your attention for what? 3 hours on one night? Because they're going to spend all day getting ready. They'll show up at 8, 9 when you pick them up. You go to dinner, you spend the money, and then you drop them home by 12. Like, what the fuck? It's not worth it. Stop it right now. I'm telling you guys, stop simping for these girls. I have proof that these women are deceptive. I have proof of my ex-girlfriend. I have proof of a guy I went to high school with. I have proof that I introduced these guys together while I was dating. I have proof that after we broke up, that this girl went with my friend from high school and tried to collaborate and do things and just get with him just to ruin our friendship. And this guy's a loser. I commented on his thing saying, what a fucking snake movement. You're a simp. Cannot trust these guys, and you cannot trust these women. Stop introducing your girlfriend to friends or people, because the women are opportunists. They're only with you for potential opportunity to better their careers and find more stronger, more powerful men in society that you need to introduce them to so that they can further up the ladder, right? That's all it is. Good to see you, Sue.
it's 3
Baby girl, your attention ain't even worth it. I'm so broke, though, I can't even pay attention. That's just me. But yeah, this is unreal. $300-400 a day, chat. You paying that? You paying that?
Saying, text me when you get home safe makes them a good guy. No, a good guy texts me to make sure that I got home safe. Telling me to text you is about your comfort. You don't want to do the work, so you put the work on me. A real nice guy takes the weight off of me.
This is why you're alone in 50, dude.
Gotcha, bitch. And actually checks in, does the work. If you
Yeah, he's right. This is why not just her, but every other woman at that age bracket, 40, 50 plus, are alone because they have unrealistic expectations. They have these ridiculous expectations that a man has to do this because they're so brainwashed by the feminist movement and their collective of all their female friends that believe the same bullshit, that are playing men the exact same way. So they share tips and tricks like, oh, don't ever give him anything. Just let him take you out and spend food for 5, 6, 10 dates. Don't put out, girlfriend. You don't put out nothing, girlfriend. He's got to earn that pussy. It's like he's got to spend like $10,000, girlfriend. You make sure you get a Birkin bag and a Gucci dress. Like, fucking hell. Get out. Stop doing it. Sounds like you got some experience. Yes, I have plenty enough experience, which is why I'm able to be here and talk about this. And I have proof and evidence of the experience.
If you cared about my safety, I feel like a man would show it with action, not just a line that he says to every girl.
I can't believe
What I love about all these women is that they always like to tell men how to be a man, but God forbid a man tells a woman how to be a woman. Am I right?
won't they do?
Yes, you are right. Again, so he's right about that. Women are online constantly telling men how they need to act, how they need to be, how much money you need to make, how you need to speak, how you need to dress. They tell you the instant turn-offs. If you wear socks with sandals, don't approach her. If your beard isn't cut a certain way, if your eyebrows aren't plucked, like ridiculous expectations, right? But the moment you flip it and be like, oh, you need to go to the gym, you can't be overweight, you're a sexist, you're a pig, you're a misogynistic, whatever, right? You're objectifying women. Come here and move from the door.
You can never do that. And what's also another thing you guys can never do is go download free cash. All you got to do is scan the QR code. You get $10. I got to do it in the Discord. It's made over $2,000. And it's really easy. It's super simple. You just play mobile games. You get paid. Scan the QR code. Click the link in the description. If you download it right now, you get $10 on me. Don't ever say that.
Yeah, Sue. So modern women, they don't cook. They don't clean. they don't do anything. They just know how to put on makeup all day and sit in front of the internet and take pictures and post thirst traps. I've been there. I've had live-in girlfriends that did nothing. They did not clean. They did not walk the dogs. They did not cook anything. They just sit online. They post internet videos and pictures of them brushing their hair and doing kissy faces. That's all they do. I've had many live-in girlfriends that I had to kick the fuck out because I will not stand for it. I am not a beta bitch. I am not a simp asshole, right? You will not disrespect me and emasculate me and humiliate me this way, right? And then the moment you tell a woman that, yeah, you're out, I will not accept this. They think, oh, you're gay, you're this. Like they start lying and telling everyone that, oh, he's gay, he doesn't want me and this, that. No, I don't want a disrespectful, ungrateful Jezebel around me, siphoning my money, humiliating me, whether I know it or not, because they're online, talking to other guys, liking other pictures, flirting, sending comments, talking with their ex-boyfriends, talking to future potential guys. They're talking to your friends that you introduced them to, trying to see which one's got worth more value so they can trade up, right? It's beyond being smart on this thing right now, Sue. It's way beyond intelligence. Like it's
that Loki's never done
human
anything
nature.
to you guys.
I know
Don't
what
ever
it is
say that.
to
If
be
you
a
do, I
human.
might have to ban you. I really do. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. All right, let's get back off into this. What's your name?
Shachar,
Where are you from?
Israel.
How long have you been in New York City?
This is my day 2.
How long are you staying here?
1 week.
How you like it?
What?
How do you like it?
Amazing.
You like it?
Very much.
Amazing. We love these foreign women.
Cool.
If she's based though,
Would you date a guy that makes $35,000 a year?
Yes. No.
1,000.
No.
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 So how much should he make for you to date him?
Minimum $100,000.
Wow. She's not even from America. This girl flew in from Israel. She's only been in the States for 2 days. And look at the fucking requirements, right? The expectations. So it isn't just a Western world thing. This disease, because of the internet, has spread worldwide. You're not going to go to Africa and think you're going to find a biblical woman, because if they have the internet, they're going to be expecting the same shit. You better have a Ferrari. You better have minimum $150,000, $200,000 job, and you should be able to fund my life. What the hell? How many guys are literally making $100,000 a year? You could go to school for 4 years. You could get a degree. No man's making $100,000, maybe 60,000 on average with a degree. And the cost of living so high, you can't afford a woman. These guys cannot afford a woman with 60,000 a year, right? Especially when women are on OnlyFans making $100,000 a month. It's money. They want money, not you. It's all about the money. And if you don't have enough money and you introduce them to a friend of yours that has more money, then they're going to go off with that guy. I can prove it. I have physical fucking evidence, and I cannot wait to share it with you all. It's money what they want.
let's just do some math here. I'm a big math guy, not a smart guy, but a math guy.
Let's do the math.
What percentage of men in the USA make over $100K a year?
Exactly. So how many men are making $100,000, right? First of all, so these women are delusional. They think they're going to find their Chad, their Brad, their whatever, their Liam Hemsworth, just walking around fucking New York City making over 100 grand, 6 feet tall, fit as fuck, right? Like just waiting to find them and give all their money to them. It's a delusion, right? It does not exist. And he's going to break it down. And I could just tell you right now, the average man is, let's listen to it.
Let's just do some quick maths here.
Create stunning.
Like, who's making 100 grand a year? That's of that age bracket that these women are looking for. Like, which bachelor, which 25-year-old to 35-year-old bachelor is making 6 figures? And how many of those guys are fucking 6 feet tall, fucking fit as fuck with a 6-pack abs, right? That has a good relationship with their family, that, you know, that has everything. That percentage just keeps dropping till the point you realize there is no suitable partner for these women. They're seeking and wasting decades of their life looking for someone that doesn't exist. The only men that are making 100 grand plus a year are fucking some old 60-plus-year-old overweight, run through, married 3-4 times kind of dude, right? Guarantee it.
Talking 25% of those men. Okay, right. Is only about, okay, this rate is roughly double the percentage of women earning 6 figures, as only about 12% to 14% of female workers across the income threshold. It's because they do BS jobs, okay? These women aren't doing jobs that get paid a lot. Only 18% of Americans earn more than 100K a year. Approximately 25% of American male income earners make over 100K per year. So you take that 25%, right? I'm a big math guy, even though I'm stupid. Take that 100K a year, 25%, right? Now you want them over 6 feet. So let's say half that number. So let's just do 20% just to make it easy. Okay, now it's at 10%. Just cut it in half. Now you want them to have a...
Exactly. So the breakdown, remember, only 25% of American men are making 100 grand. And of that percentage, how many of those guys are going to fit the fucking requirements these girls that the TikTok's telling them they need? So he's telling you, remember, they have to be 6 feet tall. Not every guy of that 25% is going to be 6 foot tall, right? So he's halved it. Only 10% of those men making 100K is going to be 6 feet tall, right? Let's keep going.
Long schlong, cut it in half again. Now we're looking at 5%. Now you want him to have a good family.
Good family, big D.
But now you want him to like dogs and not cats. Okay,
so gotta be an animal lover.
1.5%. You see how this number can get whittled down like a little.
You gotta be a church boy. You gotta be good in the community.
These women
gotta
seem
be
to forget about these
perfect.
things.
Why does it matter how much?
And this perfection doesn't exist, right? The stats don't lie. We just did it. 25% of men are making 100K. And once you factor in, they have to be 6 feet tall, they have to have a big schlong, they have to have a good relationship with their family, they have to be an animal lover, they have to, all this shit, it's going to drop down to 0.001%.
Much he makes?
Because I want to live life that I want to live.
Okay. And what's your job? What's your occupation?
I'm a nanny.
It doesn't matter.
What's your job?
I'm a babysitter. I'm a receptionist. I'm a secretary.
I don't want to tell.
You don't want to tell?
Okay. Yeah, how much you want to bet?
That's because you do nothing. You do nothing. You sit behind a desk.
Shots fired!
That's what it is. Oh my God.
So you see how things are flipped? Like, this guy's doing exactly what I did this week with the impressions of the secretary and stuff. But I was getting flooded by a bot farm that was dissing and putting insulting comments. But this guy is getting fucking loved over here for doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, but worse. He's actually like dissing these women and putting fucking like radio like blips and sound cues in to make them look even stupider, right? Look at this. So stop listening to the internet. It's fucked up. It's fake, right?
And then the big back ugly women that look like ogres want to pull up in this chat. All right, let's see what we have here. What is this chick got?
It is so high with men, and it's because of my dad. This is pretty much the reason I broke up with my exes. Every single one of my
Bro, she looked like her dad.
exes has always been like, oh, you can't compare me to your dad, you know? Yeah, I can. I just...
Dang, her mustache is thicker than mine.
Shots fired!
What is this mouse doing?
Came home from a holiday and look what he's done. No, I didn't ask. He's just done this as a man that cares for me. I'll show you exactly what he's done. He's come to my toilet. He's done a full
I'll come to your toilet and straight blow it out. Give it a chili bowl sundae. Here you go.
deep clean. I can smell the bleach still. Didn't ask for it. Outdoors, he's gotten rid of all leaves, all the dead leaves that I had. Cleaned that area. Legend. All my mirrors have been completely, look how clean that is. All my mirrors have been wiped. Dad has made my standard of men so high. I'm scared I'm never going to find someone that's...
You're never going to find someone. You look like the, what is it? The pot of greed. Baby girl, you beat it best.
Going to match his efforts.
And the thing is, that's because he's your daddy. He's your daddy. Ain't no man going to be coming and doing this, scrubbing your toilet. That's what you need to be doing for your man.
Gotcha, bitch.
Golly.
I spend on a girl on the first date.
Like 200, 300. I mean,
Not too bad.
Our makeup or everything, everything costs our dress.
Baby girl, we don't give a darn about that makeup. You're using a spit's worth of all that makeup. You add that up, it's $7.13.
Talking about all my makeup and my hair. Me.
Makeup, hair, everything costs around 500. So
okay, no man has ever asked for you. No man ever says, oh, I need a woman that has nails and makeup. Like, women are the ones doing that. So why do we have to pay for something that no real man finds attractive? Again, I keep saying it. No real biblical masculine providing man finds a working woman attractive, right? Does not look at her as a perfect suitor to be a wife. Does not want to care for a woman that's working and out there in the streets, right? Wait, what else was she saying?
And do you think that should be tax deductible for work?
100%.
And this girl right here is 100% a basic model female. This is a basic model. This is a...
Exactly. They're saying that you have to spend $400 or $500 because they showed up with their nails done and hair. No one asked for that. Like, just like, that's not attractive. Like, oh my God, everything is so backward.
This is a American Eagle Lululemon basic degree deodorant girly. This isn't with the bad arch in the back, the I work in marketing. This is not a high grade model here. This is a really just a C-tier model. This isn't even...
Yeah, she's a basic below average girl. But look at the delusion she's going through. And I'm going to tell you where that delusion comes from, because the internet, she obviously has an Instagram profile. She has TikTok. And no matter what girl, how ugly or fit you are, if you post anything online, you will have 1,000 guys liking, commenting, gassing you up. And whether it's real men or not, it's the algorithm. It knows how to manipulate women, right? And women think these are real men that are giving them these comments and DMs and stuff. So these average bitches are now high up on their horse, feeling like, oh, I need my own Brad Pitt. I got all these guys on my DMs and liking my thirst trap pictures. Like he said, he's right. Again, she's fucking average as fuck. So what the hell is she doing? Getting her nails and hair done, requiring some fucking $500 date. Like, who are you?
Even one of the S tier, suck you to the max models.
Why should we make all your dress and makeup and everything tax deductible?
Because I'm a girl. I like pretty things.
All right, guys, watch out for this.
You hear that? Oh, I'm a pretty girl. I like pretty things. Who told you were pretty? Your mom, your dad, or the simps on the internet, right? These women are living in la delusion land. We need to fucking step up, men. I need the real men to get on board and step the fuck up and tell these women it's not happening. You will slave and have no man in this society if you continue to think this fucking disgusting way. You will end up with nothing. You will be worn out and slaved out by the system. The system is the only thing that's going to win because it has males slaving for it. It has females slaving for it. It has the separation. It has a broken home, and it has control over any children born in it. The system is winning. Stop your fucking bullshit. Let's fix this.
And then she'll try and commit tax evasion.
Oh, no.
This is a terrible...
Good Lord. Imagine getting a pre-bucked model for these prices these days. Inflation really is crazy. Inflation really, really is crazy. POV, you have a girl. Here we go.
This whole fixture.
I got ranked 10.
Okay, hold on. Give me like 10 seconds. I just need to record the fixture. Just wait. I just said to wait, not to leave.
It's the same thing.
No. No.
This is why I say women are children, and you need to treat them accordingly. Keep it playful, always. Never get too serious with these ladies, unless you're blowing their back out, of course.
Free will last night by downloading Tinder. Used like somebody's number because I'm banned from it, but I swiped on.
Wait a minute. How you get banned from Tinder? You an escort? Trying to escort men's money out their pockets? How you get banned from Tinder? Probably because you're trying to sling an OF.
She's a runner. She's a track.
That's probably why you got banned from Tinder.
Everyone that matched with me, I just asked them to send me $20.
I knew it. The e-begging is undefeated. The e-begging. These e-thoughts with the e-begging.
And the one guy, he was like, what do you mean? Why would I send you $20? Like, who are you? And I was like, because, like, don't you think it would be fun? Like, I'm going to the casino. Like, what if I want to win? Guys, y'all, I made like $400 last night. Did I get banned from Tinder again? Absolutely. I made $400 though. It is not illegal to ask people for money. People do it on freaking, what's that one?
So remember what I was saying about the biblical women that the sons of God, the angels fell for? They left heaven to fall for. These are not those women. Like, there is nothing about this woman that says like she is the one, the wife, the lover, the nurturer. All she has on her mind is money. She's so twisted that she's on these dating profiles, and any guy that messages her, she instantly asks them for money. I've had this. I can show you messages where girls are just, hey, what's up? Can you send me $30? I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you? Why am I having to send you money? Like, what the fuck? This is what's going on in their minds.
GoFundMe. People write on the back of their cars, get married. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to make some money.
It's amazing. The e-begging. Just go to a country where prostitution's legal and just sell that meow meow for the low price of free 99. Maybe girls should start requiring a security deposit so guys don't ghost them. This is why I had to put the cost per nut index together, which we'll go over here in a minute, so stick around.
In this example, I will use an image created by ChatGPT, a dragon head designed as a...
How iconic it would be if we started telling guys, I require a $20 security deposit. As long as you don't ghost me, you get that security deposit back. All you have to do is tell me you don't want to talk to me anymore. And if you...
Are you out of your flipping mind?
Leave me with no communication for 5 days.
You look like a squirrel. Shots fired. Talking about, wait. I'm just a guy trying to get a nut.
It is now non-refundable.
Or you could just or she looks like the Grinch before he puts some makeup on. You know what I mean? Shots fired. That face. The face only a grandmother could love. Good Lord, I can't believe we're hitting this part of the world where women want security deposits. They think they're worth that. No, it's not. That's not the case.
If a girl goes and spends money on hair and nails and a new outfit just to look good for your date, has she not already paid for her half of the date?
No, septum ring theory. They haven't.
Or is she expected to pay to look good for you and expected to pay for her half of the date now? Like, I get being an
Yup. That's how it is. Y'all wanted equality. There you go. A nice hot slice of it.
independent girl who can pay her own way. Is it really fair to expect her to go out of her way and spend money looking good for you and then make her pay more for your date? I just need to know. Is chivalry dead?
Yeah, and y'all killed it. Here's the big problem here is you wanted equality, so now we're listening. See, the thing is men use their 2 ears. Seems like a lot of you ladies don't like to do that, but we actually heard you, and we listened, and then we gave you what you wanted, and guess what? It's still not good enough. You gotta love it.
Living in the era of transactional dating. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, men realize they don't have to be your boyfriend no more. They don't have to be faithful anymore. They feed you well, good dinners, good trips, good gifts. That's all they want.
Well,
now.
not for me. I need.
And that's why nobody.
Not for me. Not for me. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
Trying to really Date because why would you date when the woman don't really want that no more? If you put a girl right now to a test and ask her what's more important to you, the big Chanel bag right now, Salome in a new car, and not paying your rent or love, how many of that 10 would fail and say love instead of that?
A lot.
If by a lot,
that is false, Trebek. Very false, Trebek. Most women would fail that. Most modern women would say, you know what? I'm cool with that. Yeah, just pay my rent, pay my nails, pay for my food. I'm good. Don't even trip on it. Don't even trip on it. What do we got? Oh, we got a big back here.
Big back. What I charge my husband for my weekly stay-at-home mom services.
Is a gym membership included? Should be.
I charge my husband for my stay-at-home mom services. I wrote it all down so I can go ahead and explain. My husband gets...
Bro, she looked like Fiona from Shrek. What is this face? Or you know what her face looks like? Flubber.
It's paid tomorrow, so that means that he will pay me out tomorrow as well. I charge him $20 per load of dishes that I do. I usually do that about 2 to 3 times a day, 5 days a week. That's about $300 a week. I charge $35 per load of laundry. I do laundry about 4 times a week, that being about $140. $60 per bathroom per clean, and I usually do that about 2 times a week. I kind of go in and do a deep clean. That ends up being about $240 a week. Charge him $200 a week for my breastfeeding fee because I still breastfeed the baby. I also charge a $10 daily sweeping fee of the house to kind of just upkeep
Hi,
it.
Crystal.
I do that, 5 times a week, and that ends up being about $50. So the total that I charge my husband every week for all of my stay-at-home services is about $2,700.
please tell me this.
$2,700 a week? What is this man making? 80 grand a month? You succubus? What's going on? $2,700 a week? You know what I could get for $2,700 a week? I could get a cook, a maid, and a prostitute for cheaper than that. Why is this guy putting up with this, especially when this woman's built like a bus driver? What are we doing, chat? What is that? What is that? All for her to look beat. What is going on? Dating a man who can't provide for you.
Okay, listen up. Dating a man who
Baby girl, you look like Jafar.
can't give you what you want is literally a humiliation ritual. Yeah, I said it.
You know what else is a humiliation ritual? When you look at yourself in the mirror. Those lips are bad.
Yeah. Okay. It's a humiliation ritual.
Why do her eyebrows look like they're cocked like a pistol? Why is that one so far up?
Why would you date somebody who is not
Like that Botox working overtime. She can always smell what the Rock is cooking. Like, look at it. It's way up. She looks Curious Georged out. Like, what is going on?
able to provide? Why would you date somebody who can't look after you? Why would you date somebody that is not ticking your boxes? They're not showing up for you.
I'll tick your box.
They're not working hard for you, so that means they're not serving you. They're not pleasing you. Why would you put yourself through that?
I think the real question is,
good Lord, I want to know who your doctor is. Why they got that Botox working overtime? Your forehead can't even move. Your forehead's like an immigrant coming into this country. It doesn't move. It just stays. What is going on with that? I can't even imagine. I can only imagine when that forehead doesn't move. Let me worship you, surrounded by your forehead.
And actually buy you dinner, or on a date, are they just like, hey, let's meet for coffee? Like back in my day, if a man told me that he wanted to take me out for coffee for a date, I might do that one time during the day. But if he just kept wanting to meet me for sandwiches and coffee, I would be tapping out. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm out. If you can't afford to buy me a meal, there's zero chance we have a future. You got to pay to play.
And this is why you're 50 and alone.
Shots fired!
That's what I'm saying. These women are alone. You know what I mean? Destitute. It's meow, meow, meow. Nobody on the horizon. All right. The cost per nut index. Let's get off into this chat. So basically, I came up with a cost per nut index, a completely unserious economic framework for a very serious YouTube segment. Cost per nut index asks a question traditional economists were apparently too afraid to model. Once dating expenses, gifts, dinners, housing, trips, and relationships overhead are divided by monthly sexual frequency, what is the effective cost per successful transaction? The numbers below are an illustrative.
If you're struggling with depression and
Okay, so we're gonna look at this. I think this is hilarious that he was able to come up with this and break it all down by, we're gonna get into it. Let's skip this ad.
Big data. So, but this is your cost.
Can I zoom into this? Yeah. Okay, so let us quickly go over it. Here's the executive summary. So the cost per nut index asked the question traditional economists were apparently too afraid to model. So once dating expenses, gifts, dinners, housing, trips, and relationships overhead are divided by monthly sexual frequency, what is the effective cost per successful transaction? The numbers below are illustrative comedy assumptions, not scientific data, but it could be closer to the truth than we could ever realize. So if you're single and you do it yourself, that scenario, single man, estimated monthly cost is $0. You nut 12 times, cost per nut is $0. So it's free, but because you're doing it yourself. Casual dating, estimated monthly cost showing $175. Assumed nuts monthly, 4. Cost per nut is $43. That kind of sounds too good to be true. Those numbers should be way higher, right? So if you have a girlfriend, so you're dating someone, you could be 6 months, 8 months, a year now, that's costing you $650 a month. You only get 8 nuts, so that's 2 times per week. And each time you have sex, it's costing you $80+ a month. If you have a live-in relationship, so you're getting closer to like common law marriage type situation now, right? Estimated monthly cost, you're paying $1,350 a month just to have a relationship with a girl where you have sex 12 times that month. So I guess that's 3 times per week, right? And each time you have sex, it's costing you $112 per month or per nut, right? Marriage. So once you're married, boom, those numbers keep getting higher. $2,400 a month. Like you could basically put up a girl in a condo right now and pay her rent. So rent is pretty much $2,000 to $2,500 for a 1-bedroom condo, right? So now you're married, you're still having to pay that money. You're having sex 4 times a week, right? If you're lucky, these numbers are like really modest. And each time you have sex, it's costing you $150, right? And then there's high maintenance dating. You're dating like models and girls that are getting Botox and plastic surgery. Like these girls are the most expensive, most ridiculous. Estimated monthly cost is $3,200 if you're dating one of these high maintenance girls, assuming that you have sex 8 times that month. So that's 2 times per week. And each time you have sex, you better be forking out $400 minimum. So guys know this. We know this. We've all experienced it. We've done the numbers, which is why men are refusing to approach women. They're avoiding relationships. Like that's a lot of money. Like what the fuck? $3,200 a month. Do you know what you could do with that as a single person? Yeah, you could pay a whole fucking mortgage with that, right? You could buy things. That's a monthly salary. That's huge. And you're not getting anything in return.
Per nut index here. So scenario, if you're single, you're doing it yourself, estimated monthly cost, $0. So kind of a win, Assumed nuts per month, 12. If you're moderate with the jacking, cost per nut, $0. That's a W. Casual dating, estimated monthly cost, about $175. Assumed nuts during this month. This is.
Hold on a second. So Mike Van Dyke, who are you? You're talking way too much. You're coming across as a bot now. What's going on? Remember, I have 0 tolerance rule. So you're about to get blocked and hidden from this channel. Don't annoy me. Stop commenting this, like nothing you're saying is making sense. Now I'm thinking you're a fucking bot. Actually, I'm just going to block you right now. You've pissed me off. You're out of here. You're banned out. Listen, zero tolerance. Who's next?
Once a week. Cost per nut, $43.75. If you got a girlfriend, right? Estimated monthly cost, $650. Assume nuts per month, 8. About 2 times a week, right? $81. Live-in relationship, $1,300 a month. Assume nuts, 12. We're getting those numbers back up. You see what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you live in with her, so you can buck her 3 or 4 times a week, right? It's nice and easy. $112 per nut. Marriage, $2,400 a month. Assume nuts per month, 16. That's a lot of bucking. I would bring that down actually to about maybe 10 to 12
Yeah,
times
that's
a week.
what I'm saying.
$150 a month. High maintenance dating, $3,200 a month. 8 nuts a month, $400 a nut. The cost per nut index, man. You really got to think about these things, because if you don't, it's going to creep up on you. But, you know, and then you break this stuff down. When you're single, you know, that's the benchmark of like, hey, it doesn't cost me anything. Casual dating, you're talking dinners, drinks, rides, the occasional you up, you know what I mean? Dates, gifts. And when you have a girlfriend, dates, gifts, subscriptions, you know, seasonal inflation, you live in relationship, you got a rent differential, you got groceries, date nights, Target exposure, because you got to go to Target, you know, marriage, you got joint overhead enters the chat. This is when her debt's your debt. You know, economies of scale really remain under review on this. And then high maintenance dating, you got luxury, dining, trips, gifts. The CPI wishes it had this volatility. So, you know, this is the cost per nut index that men really do have to go through and suffer from. That I feel like a lot of people don't even, you know, they're not covering these topics, which is why I had to break this down and cover the cost per nut index. Let's go over yesterday's video and go over some of the comments. So this is starting to hit them now. Never play another man's save game. Love it. Busted biscuit cans asking for $1 million.
Obviously, he's getting a lot of better comments than what I'm getting because his channel is favored by the Masonic Lodge. So let's see what Kaylin's up to. I see she just posted a video. Kaylin Marissa. So 48 minutes ago. So everyone's on this tattoos. Let's see what she's got to say.
Women, those tattoos, even just one tattoo, it's ugly. Stop thinking it's cute. Stop thinking it's empowerment to get tattoos, because it's not, okay? If you're a woman and you have tattoos, I just want you to imagine a beautiful European piece of architecture, historical, beautiful. The Roman Catholic Church, how about that? And then just imagine a bunch of graffiti, just graffitied all on top of that. If you're a woman and you have tattoos, that's basically what you are. You were once something beautiful. You were once this beautiful creation, embodying life. You had so much potential. And now you've got scribbles on your skin, permanent marks. And to me, it just looks like graffiti. Now, if you've watched any other of my videos, you know I have tattoos. I have shamingly marked my body when I was younger.
Okay, when you're younger. So I have an experience with my ex-girlfriend. She's like in 36, so you can't even consider that young. She's an old woman. She's a chef, right? And I gave her $500 to like meal prep for me because I was new. I wanted some good, healthy vegan food, and obviously that's her trade. So I sent the money, boom, boom, boom. When I saw her, I got no food, no nothing. She acted like I never sent her anything, but she showed up with a brand new fucking tattoo all down her forearm. I'm like, what the fuck? So my money, you went, instead of preparing and being a good girlfriend, you went and was selfish, greedy, and plastered this tattoo and then lied and said that it wasn't my money, that you got it for free. There's no tattoo artists out there giving free tattoos to women unless you're fucking them. But she was in a relationship with me. So I have the bank statements that show in 2021 when I sent my ex-girlfriend $500, and 2-3 days after that, she gets a brand new tattoo. Absolutely filthy, disgusting person.
Only 23 now, but when I was 17, I got my first tattoo, and let's just address that in the beginning of the video because I don't want to come across as a hypocrite. Although if you are someone watching this video, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that they're not going to hear out what I have to say, and that's totally fine because quite honestly, I would have a hard time listening to that as well. So before I go on to my matured opinions and I think thinking in the right frame of mind as far as tattoos go for women, I'll talk about what led me to get mine and what led me to change my mind and what happened.
Okay, forget that. We don't want to talk about tattoos. What else have we got here? Let me go back to this guy's channel. You might have see this video.
Chat, would you date a single mom?
True Christian. So earlier, because I know you're watching my live and you were there to see the bot farm target my video and flood it with negative comments. This guy's talking about the exact same thing as me, but yet all his comments are bot farmed with positivity. Understand? You see how the internet works? It depends who you are. His name's Levi or Levi. You know which group of people have that name Levi, which is why he's being pushed and promoted. You understand? So why? There we go.
Personally, for me, it's a no. I always tell guys that dating a single mom is like playing blackjack and
Canada,
hitting on 20.
King
It's
Vincenzo.
really stupid. I had highly advised not doing it.
2 years ago, I was married. I have 2 kids. I never thought I would
Ah, 2 kids.
flawless victory.
It's going to be brutal out in those streets, Rebecca.
Be back out here, single, dating.
With 2 arm sleeves, too? That's just screams.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
This poor baby.
I would rather be on a season of Naked and Afraid through the wilderness with no clothes than try to navigate this dating.
It's not hard because you're.
Yeah, I mean, baby girl, it's all self-inflicted, right? You did it to yourself. You pumped out 2 humans from another man. You gave him the highest honor, which is your womb, and then you don't want to be with him. Make it make sense.
I'm 30.
So being 30 and being a single mom, how do you go into dating now?
Oh, in Miami? Oh, it's like non-existent. Miami is like, if you want to come here for love, don't. Miami is definitely a place to benefit.
But yet you're here raising your daughter there. Stupid. Make it make sense.
From like with business, you know, the lifestyle, you do elevate when you're here. But when it comes to love, it's pretty hard. It's very hard. Dating is very hard.
What would you say is the minimum amount of income
I'll show you something that's really hard.
you would want your future man to bring in annually?
I definitely, when I think of a partner, I don't want to look at them here. So I want to look at them here or here.
I love it. I love it. Hypergamy at work. This woman is a single mom. Doesn't want to work with a man that's going to build something.
You know, so they definitely have to be equal, I guess, as I am. Like, so I think like me putting myself in this position, I can attract somebody that's doing a lot for themselves.
No, absolutely not. Attract somebody that's doing a lot for themselves. Baby girl, you got 2 kids. It's a wrap for you.
Already. If I had to put a number on it, I want to say like $1 million.
No!
What?
She's out of her flipping mind. $1 million a year for a woman that's got a used womb, and for me to raise another man's kids. Oh my God, I look so stupid doing that. No guy's gonna say, you know what, baby, I want that deal.
$1 million
Yeah.
as the minimum.
Yeah.
Do you bring in $1 million yourself?
Yeah, I mean, so then I think like it's possible for a man to do that.
I think the real question is whether.
Jesus crap, dude. These women are so delusional. It's palatable. You can almost taste it. You know what's also palatable is the fact that you guys haven't downloaded Free Cash. You can simply scan the QR code, click the link in the description, and you can get $10 just to sign up. It's simple. All you got to do is play mobile games and you get paid. I got a guy in the Discord that's made over $2 grand. I got another guy in the Discord that's made over $600 in a few months. If you need some extra money for furniture, you need some extra money for beer money, whatever you need, this is a great way to do it. If you're going to be on your phone, scan the QR code, download the app today. It's free. All you got to do is click the link or scan the code, go in, fill out your information, put in how much you want to make, and then you can start today. It doesn't cost you anything. So don't say Loki and I have never done anything for you guys, okay?
Won't they do?
Thank you. Thank you. Because sometimes you guys be saying I'll be doing nothing for you. You ain't never done nothing for me. Yeah, I have.
A single mom.
No, man was created to start a family, not to join.
A man was created to start a family, not to join one. This man is a king right here. I mean, it's just like you're inheriting another man's side quest. Why would I want to be on your side quest? You know, I'm playing this game. This is my game now. I don't get it.
It's for me to admit that I'm only having kids and might have more just for the plot. Like, I love the drama and sitcom energy of motherhood. I love having a baby on my hip, dressing them up, taking care of them. I'm looking forward to the school years, all the questions, all the little kid drama, teenage years, worst case scenario, teenage pregnancy, and I'm a young grandma. I mean, like, the plot just keeps coming and coming and coming.
This woman is the this is when runners have runners.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
But I always say this single mother stuff is generational. Like, this woman will go out, she's a single mom, and she'll raise her daughters to be single moms. It's just sad.
If you guys ever have a date or a date with a single mom, don't cancel the day of, okay? And I knew it though. I mentally prepared myself.
You knew it, but yet you're upset by it. Huh? Stupid.
I guess not enough, but I knew he was gonna cancel. If you ever ask a single mom again, just please don't cancel the day of. Like, please just don't cancel.
How about this? Don't have children when you're not married.
Gotcha, bitch.
The day of. And that's one lesson we could all learn from today.
Sounds like he finally. Yeah, you got personal problems there, honey. I don't feel bad for these women. It's all because it's all self-inflicted. It's all self-inflicted. You let this man cheese all in you, and then you had his child. But you want me to feel bad for you that you made a bad decision? You know, when you're a single mom and then you're a dad trying to date this single mom, a man's coming in trying to compete with a 6-year-old. What kind of man do I look like doing that? There's no spontaneity in the relationship. Every date needs to be 3 business days notice. Like, you almost have to treat like dating a single mom like you're putting in PTO at work. Well, are you free in 2 weeks?
So I don't understand. I'm not saying I like this guy or agree with everything he's saying. I just find it bizarre that he has a pass on YouTube to be able to diss women, completely insult them, right? I am not doing anything like that. I'm speaking from a biblical perspective, trying to show Bible prophecy. What he's doing is turn this into like a radio SNL type show where he's just fucking mocking and making fun of these girls and getting millions, if not like just the views, the comments. Like, what the fuck? Everyone's loving it. But the moment I speak about it, I'm considered an incel or like, the internet's fucked up place, man. Don't believe everything on the internet. It's all over.
Ain't nobody trying to do that. And you know, you're a stepdad who's on probation, and you inherited drama. You didn't get any genetics from her, but you just inherited a bunch of drama. You know, it's like you got to be dumber than a fork at a soup convention to sit there and think that you need to date a single mom, or that's the only option. I got a buddy right now that's going through it, and I feel bad. I really do feel bad for him, because I'm like, brother, you're so much better than that. But he thinks that that's where he's at now. It's the single moms. And I'm like, brother, I tried to tell him. I always say single moms are recreational use only, rear end collisions only. They've already got a proven track record, so just keep it up.
Work, bro. What are you doing here, bro?
I told you I need some money. Your son needs some diapers. He needs some wine. He needs some food. And I need to get my hair done.
Get your hair done. Like, that's not my problem getting your hair done, bro. I don't even get paid till Friday. He hungry. What about the money that you got last month?
What money? That money got spent. I have to take care of him every day. What are you talking about?
Bro,
I have to eat every day. I have to eat every day.
What does you happen to eat got anything to do with me? This crazy, bro.
You ain't give me no money for your son. You weird.
How am I weird? Because I don't want to get your hair done.
It's cool though. It's cool. You won't be seeing your son no more.
So she can't afford to feed her son, but yeah. So this is what these women always do. They use the kids as a pawn in a negotiation tactic, and they try to use them as leverage and say, all right, you are not going to see your son. But it's always the sign language first, right? The shame, the insult, the guilt that need to be right. These women always try to make you feel bad for being, you know, saying, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna pay for your food, because that's your food. You're a grown woman, right? You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need a man. POV, you work in an all-male prison at the age of 19. It's not looking good, brother. Oh.
Like, it's true. Like, honestly, it's even worse than that. I have women that have kids that I'm not dating that message me all the time saying, oh, can you DoorDash me and my kids some dinner tonight, please? I'm like, DoorDash you food for what? Like, oh, because you're a man and, you know, you want to provide. And what? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting nothing out of this. Why would I provide for some woman I'm not with and kids that are not mine? And why would women feel no shame and no anything by just going online. And if she messaged me that, who knows how many hundreds of other men she messaged, oh, can you DoorDash me this? We're hungry. Like, this is what these single moms are doing. It's absolutely insane.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she got bucked. That is someone's child. And that is also a felony.
Thank you. I'm the baddie baby mama. That's me. I'm the baby mama that all these was their baby mama.
Nah, that ain't it. I don't even know you, shorty, but I know for a fact you a headache.
Well, just remember, chat, no matter how hot the woman is, there's always some dude out there that's sick of her crap. Doesn't matter how hot she is. Doesn't matter what her body looks like. Doesn't matter how tight her kuka is. There's some dude out there that's completely sick of her crap. Single mom.
Okay, we got this guy. He's way too, it's over the top. Women, lonely epidemic. I don't know. Did we watch this a month ago, 3 days ago? Let me see this.
I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is. They want to go about their day exactly as it is.
We don't want relationships with ungodly, unbiblical women. What the fuck is in it for us? You're the only ones that benefit. Single life for men benefits us. We get to keep our money and do and hang out with whoever we want to, play sports, play games. Fuck. Relationships are doomed.
Do whatever they would normally do and just want somebody there when it's convenient for them, or, for the things they want to do.
And the sex, once you get the sex, after everything the woman puts you through, how much money you had to spend, it's not worth it. Guys realize this. Guys that get laid realize that it's not worth it. All the incels and the virgins, they're the ones that are going to keep trying because they're desperate. Real men that have had sex, that get laid, they're like, honestly, fuck this shit. It is not worth it.
Like, convince me I'm wrong.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, women are saying that they need a man now, okay? The strong and independence talk has gone out the window, and apparently men need to return because women are lonely. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and let's get right into it.
I don't care what nobody say. Being single for years and years and years, and abstinence, celibate, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, not having sex, no intimacy, no nothing, like nobody caring about you, nobody even to talk to chat with, nobody to fucking confide in, not having no support, like none of that shit is normal. Like, that shit not for the weak. Being lonely, like literally lonely, not for the weak. And I don't see nobody talking about that shit enough.
She frames her loneliness as something happening to her, but never mentions what she brings a man. The men that she is waiting on built lives while she was busy waiting.
I really don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty.
Okay, again, you're not going to get your time. You just said, I am independent. I am strong. No man wants a strong, independent woman. I don't give a fuck what anything or anyone says. I am telling you, as a fucking man that is consumed by Bible prophecy, no human man, consciously or subconsciously, whatever, is going to want or be attracted to or see a strong, independent woman as a suitable wife and mother of children. It is not happening. Most of the men don't even know that. It's just that instinct tells them that's not the one. I am telling you with words the reason. There is nothing attractive about a strong, independent woman. You look like you're worn out already. You're probably only 27. You've been slaved to a system that has used you up to the point that no man will want you. This is how they population control. This is a fucking well thought out, genius, strategic, satanic plan to crush this world and humanity.
Beautiful. But one thing about me, yeah, girl can't get a man for her life. Her life. I'm tired and I just
Again, for your help, stop being strong and independent. The moment you quit your job and resort to your feminine natural state, the men will approach you. You are strong, independent, and you're complaining that no man will even look at you. The more that you keep thinking that being strong and independent is great, the more that you will grow old and have zero interaction with men, straight men. Like only gay men might find that energy attractive, right?
want to sleep next to my man. I want to read my book next to my man, make my coffee, drink it next to my man, and not go out to the clubs anymore. Like, what the fuck do I have to do to secure the man? Let me know. Stop gatekeeping.
She lists her resume and assumes a man should appear. Calling it gatekeeping when men pass is easier than asking why the strong and independent pitch keeps on missing.
So hard for me to find a man. Like, I don't even ask for much. I don't need you to pay all my bills. I don't need you to anything. Don't cheat on me, make me laugh, and fucking take me to eat sometimes. Like, that's it. Is there any men like this ever or anywhere? Where are you hiding? I've been looking.
What she calls a short list is still a man who shows up, pays, and performs on command, by the way, which is way more than men should be doing, in my opinion, for these women. Plenty of men do exactly that, though, for a woman who actually treats them right.
Can someone explain to me why it's so hard to find a good man that is all about you and only you, doesn't care to entertain other women?
Because good men only want good women. You're not a good woman. If you're sitting there online thinking you're a good woman because you got your hair and nails done and your eyebrows are fucking lasered or whatever the fuck you think you need to do to get a man, you're wrong. I don't want that. That is not attractive, right? She's in her masculine, whether she knows it or not.
Men and just wants to make you happy. Like, why is that so hard to find? I feel like nowadays, men my age, or at least all the good men my age, are either married or in a relationship. So yeah, I feel like I'm doomed for life.
The good men got picked because someone treated them well enough to actually keep them. Noticing that they are taken is the answer to her own question. It is not a mystery.
Going into Barnes & Noble, look for men. Here we go. Just women so far. Women and kids. And couples. So many couples. No, nothing. Nobody. No. Couples. Not a single. Not one single man. I'm gonna be single forever.
She walked into a room full of couples and called it a shortage. The men who wanted to be there are the ones who already paired off.
See, they're never going to admit this because it'll go against the sisterhood. It'll go against their entire narrative that they're trying to push and make people believe that they're okay with being alone. When we all know that y'all not okay with that, because if you was, you would have no need to go to a singles event. You wouldn't even care about a singles event because you would be too happy with your peaceful single life. You'd be too happy with that. But they're not going to get on here and admit that they're tired of having to work 2 or 3 jobs just to still not be able to pay your rent. I saw a girl on my timeline just the other day talking about how she ready to take herself up off the earth because she working 3 jobs and still can't pay her rent and about to get evicted. She showed the eviction notice and everything. Like I said in another video, it's an influx of women living in tents, cars, vans, trying to pass it off as car life. No, y'all are just broke and can't afford to live and ain't got sense enough to just get with a man.
She calls out the act that other women put on, and she is right that the happy single pitch falls apart very damn quickly. The performance only holds until the rent is due.
You men do realize that women are choosing to stay single. They're choosing to be single than actually being single. I have a lot of men on my TikTok comment and they're like, oh, where's your ring? Oh, where's your boyfriend? Oh, where's your husband? Y'all, I choose not to have one. It's not because men don't try to talk to me. It's not because men aren't in my DMs. It's not because men don't want to take me out. It's not because men don't want to marry me. I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be single and I'm choosing not to have a man because it's embarrassing. Literally having a man right now is quite literally possibly the most embarrassing thing you could do right now. Like, it's kind of like an extracurricular activity or like a hobby you don't really want. It's like, why? And I think it's so funny how men are so quick to hop on this app. Like, well, you're not married. Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to cheat on me? Every single person that I know that is married, about to get married, or in a relationship is either getting cheated on or literally miserable, and misery loves company and they just stay together.
The choosing to be single speech always is pretty hilarious to me, and it shows up right after the men stop getting named, right? Calling a relationship embarrassing is a cover story for an empty calendar.
Does not sound fun. Literally, you're not selling me on the product at all. I choose to stay single because my expectations are not going nowhere, okay? My expectations are honestly still in the fucking gutter, to be honest. But I have self-worth and self-respect, so therefore I'm going to stay single because why would I just get a boyfriend because everyone's telling me to get a boyfriend and then have them treat me like shit and cheat on me? I'd rather just be single and do my own thing. But I just think it's hilarious how men like come on here and they're like, oh, well, you don't have a man. Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want you. I don't want one. Having a man is like having a child. I don't want to take care of anything. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to listen to you just run your mouth about how you're going to do all these things for me and then don't. I'm single because I want to be, not because men don't try to hit on me. And I want to make that very,
or a lesbian.
very clear.
She admits that her expectations are in the gutter and still hands men the blame. Let me simplify this, guys. Women have very low standards for behavior for men who are highly attractive, but they have very high standards for men who are not as attractive to them.
Have the men given up? I'm serious. They just like stopped. They don't want to have sex anymore. They don't want to go on dates with women. They just want to hang out with their boys. Like, look, I get it. Men want to hang out with men. They want to do their thing. They don't want to care about women drama anymore. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain to me what's going on, because as long as men are not approaching women, they are going to be single. And women are having a great time. From what I've seen, single women.
Women are not having a great time. That's fake. Women pretend. Remember, biblically, a man can live alone in this world, right? We can get by. A woman was created to serve the man. Without a man in a woman's life, they will eventually go fucking crazy. Their bodies were created to be able to produce humans, right? If you're a woman and you're living a life and your uterus is going to waste, you're a waste of space and life. You have failed your purpose as a human in this world, right? And that's it.
Are having a great time. Yes, maybe they want boyfriends.
No, the women are not having a great time. They're faking it. They're going on girls' trips and girl dates and stuff, but you just look like a lesbian. That's it. You look like lesbian desperate hoes. Guys aren't falling for that. Oh, we're having a great time single. Guys know that you need us more than we need you. It's just science. It's biblical, right? Real men won't fall for that bullshit. You girls are not fooling anyone.
They want to hook up, but single women are having a great time.
The liar.
The single men, I don't know. Not so much. What do you think?
He's wrong.
She says that men checked out, and in the same breath says that women are thriving without them. If single life was really that good for women, the missing men would probably not be the headline, I think.
Apparently, there are a lot of men out there that are done with being used and all the other BS that comes with modern dating. And they're probably just sitting at home alone, ignoring people. And as women, I think it's time for us to start taking accountability. Women are just way too busy looking for their next meal ticket or who's going to buy them their next Louis bag, okay? And I am so sick of it because women have become so toxic towards men, and it's not fair. Men deserve to be loved and cherished, and all these toxic women are just ruining it for the good ones like myself. And I'm just so sick of it, and I don't know how it's going to stop. Like, we need men. We literally need men. So women, just stop ruining it for everyone.
This is the rare take that puts the mirror where it belongs. She is right that men deserve better than being treated as someone's next handbag fund. And this is why so many dudes are done, because women are trying to use them in this way.
I went to singles night 2 days ago here in Chicago at a bar. Girls. Ooh, maybe you can handle it, but I couldn't. And I'm not afraid to say that I couldn't handle it, okay? You go in there, they're like, he goes, you here for the event? And I'm like, event? And he's like, singles night. I'm like, oh my God, like it's a slur. Jesus Christ. He's like, here's a sticker. I'm like, okay, I took the sticker. I moved to my friend and I. We go in there together. She's, mind you, skinny blonde. Yeah, I know. It was hard. We get in there, we walk in. I'm like, okay, a lot of women. A lot of single women. Men aren't lonely enough because we're not even at singles night. Right, you're not swiping. So you're not going to go to singles night? It's not adding up. So we get a drink, we're walking around. I'm like, okay, this is cute. Scanning the room. A lot of men sitting with the boys, not talking to the women. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, crying and complaining that there are no men at a singles event is like fairly damn obvious, right? This is exactly what was going to happen. There is no point for men to go to these things.
I'll make you a bet. Try Whisper Flow once, just once, and I bet you'll never go back to typing. Next time you open ChatGPT, don't type your prompt, just talk it out. And I mean,
I'm really curious if anyone else in LA feels like you have a social life, you have friends, but you really just feel so lonely, like all the time. There's always so much going on. You have people to talk to, you have people to hang out with, but at the end of the night, you come home and you're like, did any of those people actually really care to get to know me, like for who I am? Do I actually really even know any of them? Luckily, over time, I've made amazing friends here, but making friends here has not been the same as making friends in Seattle, where I grew up. There's things about LA that I love so much more than my hometown. There's something about this place that just makes me constantly question what is real and what is not. I don't know how else to describe it other than being on a movie set 24/7 and you don't know when the cameras are rolling and people are in character or when they're not. I think in order to be really happy living here, you just got to find the real ones. Like you have to find the right people, and it's not always easy.
I'm sorry, guys, but I really don't have a lot of empathy for these particular videos. Like, these women could have relationships. They could have a man in their life. They could not feel, quote unquote, lonely if they wanted to. They just think that every man is actually below them. And I also think that these women don't really know the true definition of being lonely, right? They always have people in their inbox asking if they're okay. They have social calendars going on and all that sort of stuff. Really, they're just kind of looking for attention.
I think why all of this men not approaching women content is popping off is because deep down, we're literally collectively all so lonely. And I know a lot of you on this app won't want to admit it, but like, it is very isolating to be just like, I'm done dating. I'm done with approaching people. It is not normal to not crave connection because humans are wired for connection. And I think there's so many reasons as to why we're all struggling to approach and to be approached and to create authentic, genuine relationships in the real world. Technology, COVID, XYZ, you name it. But like, I went to a talk last night hosted by my friend about the loneliness economy that we're living in. And it just baffled me. Literally every single person is struggling with loneliness, especially in my generation. And I think a small tip and practice you can implement to feel a little less lonely and a little less alone is to just call up the people that you love and care.
Don't listen to women. They don't know how to fix this. I promise you right now, they'll just be on there and ramble. They don't know nothing. Don't take any advice from these videos, especially the female ones. They do not fucking know what the hell is going on. They do not know. I promise you
care
that.
about and just tell them that you love them. Like, it takes practice to stay connected with people. It's like an individual sport. You have to sign up, you have to show up to maintain your adult friendships. But like investing in showing up for people, I think is so important and will help us feel less lonely.
I think it's all very well and good to have a take like this, guys, until you realize that women actually made this problem a lot worse. Like, obviously, social media is bad for humans and things like this, but the women are the ones who have all of the leverage on these things, right? They have all of the options. They're the ones who dismiss everybody. And, you know, if you're going to pretend that, oh, people treat each other as disposable, it's actually really just the very small top percentage of men doing that and the vast majority of women.
I love how every woman is always talking about how they don't want to settle. They're not settling for less than they deserve. Okay, but honestly speaking, most of the women that are saying this don't really deserve much. Like, you guys are not a catch. You're living in this delusional world and you think that you deserve the world. You expect men to settle for you. And just because you have these unrealistic expectations and standards, why the hell should men settle for you when they actually deserve a whole lot better? And that's the reality. And that's why men are walking away from dating. Men just don't care to put in the effort anymore. Men are not going up to women anymore because men don't want to settle either. The funny thing is, men are actually more realistic about their expectations. Women are not.
I agree with what this woman is saying. So many of these women are very much lonely in a romantic sense, at least, because the men don't see any reason to actually have a relationship with them. Like, they don't actually provide anything that men care about. And every time I hear them list things that they say that men should care about, like, really, we don't care about that stuff.
No one is talking about how if you live in this economy, this day and age, and you are single and you pay all your bills yourself, don't have no help, you a badass. Because
Yeah, men, stop funding and paying for these women. Don't take them out on extravagant dates. If they are not your wife, do not spend any money on them. That's it. Women of the streets do not deserve princess treatment. Do not spend your money on any woman that is not your wife. Again, do not spend any money on any woman that is not your wife, especially single women in today's society economy. They are not looking to date you to potentially be your wife and bear your children. They are looking at you to fund their fucking high expectation lifestyle. That is it. Women in 2026 do not want to be wives. They do not want to cook. They do not want to have babies. They want to further their careers. They want to use men to introduce them to more powerful men. They just want to be a Beyonce and find their fucking Jay-Z. This is what their expectations are. If you spend money on a woman, you will never have that money back again, and you will remain a single loser simp, right? Money gone. Woman, she's gonna move on and fuck someone else, right? It's just the way it is today.
baby, the price tag is high over here.
I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest.
And the black women are the most annoying. You guys have the loudest fucking mouths, and you're always screaming and yelling why black men refuse to be with black women and they're choosing to be with white women or Indian women or even Chinese women. Black men don't want to be with black women because black women have the loudest fucking mouths on earth and don't know when to shut the fuck up. Look how loud she is, and she's on mute. Stop talking. That is so unattractive. That's the least feminine thing you could do, is be so fucking talkative. Black men don't want to deal with your shit. That's the honest truth. Shut your fucking mouth.
Of them. Like, yes, obviously things are more expensive when you have to pay for them yourself and not actually rely on a man. Who would have thought?
Need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your
Shut up. Black men are choosing women over black women because white women are less aggressive. Yeah, white women are talking way too much too, but they're not as aggressive and as masculine as black women. You're all dudes. You're way too loud, way too aggressive, just fucking disgusting.
someone to help me with a real quick task that I don't want to have to pay someone or wait for someone to drive across town to come help me. And it is so frustrating because we're told that, being single is great. And it's really great when compared to an unhealthy relationship. But being single is not always better than having a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to go hop into a relationship with a man just so I can have someone. But I do think we need to be honest that being single, while can be really great, is also very impractical sometimes.
Like, the women only ever start complaining when they realize that life is difficult when they're alone. It was all fun and games when you're in your 20s and you can get all the free attention and everything. But, when it comes time to actually stop working, for example, they always seem to want a man to cover the bill.
Okay, guys, we are in a good position right now. The women are noticing that guys have stepped back. So right now is the time to strike. Now is the time to fucking lock in, motherfuckers. Men, if you ever want to have a wife in this life before the world comes to an end, lock the fuck in. Now's the time. Women are right there on the cusp of fucking figuring this out. But if we keep simping and beta mailing and fucking paying their rents and shit, let them get fucking evicted, right? Let them fucking get kicked. Like, let it happen. They have to learn the hard way that they cannot do it by themselves. This strong, independent bullshit is not real. So let's test it. Let's put it to the test. Stop letting them use the get out of jail free card and be like, oh, I need a man to change my tire on my car. Like, you're a strong, independent woman. Fucking do it yourself. Now is the time to lock the fuck in. It's going to be easy for some guys, but it's going to be tough. If you want to get this done, lock the fuck in. We have to stop adhering to these women. We have to stop the dating completely. I promise you, you will have thousands more dollars in your pocket. You will have hundreds more girls fucking in your messages saying, hey, please, I miss you. Like, let them fucking know what they have lost. But we have to take it from them. They are not gonna know what they have until it's fucking gone. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Lock the fuck in. I don't want to be the only person locking in and putting this to the fucking test and making and doing it. It has to be done right. And it has to be done now. Now. Who is ready to lock the fuck in and put this to the fucking test and prove to these women that they will never be strong and independent women? That is a fucking lie. So let's prove it. Let's prove it. Take a step back, and I promise you will thank me for it. It could be just weeks. It could be a few months, but we have to put it in now because we are in a society with all this social media. It's not going away. It's just going to get worse. We have AI on the rise now at the top. So we don't fucking lock in right now. We will never have proper human relations ever again. I promise you that. This is the end. Lock the fuck in. You dumb, weak motherfuckers. Lock the fuck in. Put it to the test. Stop being so fucking desperate and horny for sex that you're gonna give your whole fucking monthly salary to a woman just so you can bust one nut. Cut that shit off. Stop paying their phone bills. Stop giving these women freebies just because they're a fucking woman. You're a bitch, right? You simp loser bitch. Lock the fuck in, man. I promise you, it will work. 100%. Lock the fuck in. Cut these bitches off. Send them to work. Stop picking them up. Let them pay for Uber and drain their bank accounts till they're fucking broke. Let them feel what it is to really be a man. Let them fucking walk to work, right? In the cold, winter's coming. Stop being there. Stop being a fucking sissy boy and showing up for these bitches when they're online dissing you, saying that I'm a strong, independent woman. Those same bitches are not strong and independent because it's fake. Their rent's being paid by a sugar daddy. They get driven to work by a fucking simp that's been put in the friend zone. There is no such thing as a strong, independent woman. And I can prove it to you. But I need you motherfuckers to lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in. I promise you, it will work. Lock the fuck in right now. Lock in. Share this out right now. clip this. We need all men on earth to lock in right now and watch how things fucking magically change, right? Watch. The women cannot survive and live without men. We need to prove this right now. They are online screaming that they are happy being single. That is a lie. We can prove that. They are screaming and yelling, I'm a strong, independent woman. There is no such thing, right? There is no woman out there that is working and paying her own bills without daddy's help or sugar daddy's help or ex-boyfriend's help. They are getting funding from a man somewhere, but then they still scream and claim strong, independent women. And then other little girls are like, oh my God, I want to be a strong, independent woman too. And then they grow up and then where do they go? Nowhere. They go straight to fucking OnlyFans, and they consider that being a strong, independent woman because they're getting naked on the internet, and it's men that are funding the money so that these fucking little hoes can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. But then they still want to date a guy that makes more than them. And if you date them, there's a minimum. Like, how can you date a girl that's making 100 grand a month, right? Lock in. Lock in. Stop being bitches. Stop being cucks. Stop being beta. Stop being sissy boys. Lock in. Lock in. The sex is not worth it. These girls are not putting out. And when they do, it's weak. It's whack. It's it's nothing. Because if you're not married, you're not really having sex. Everything you're doing, sex before marriage, it's all sin, right? It's sinful. So you think that you're courting this woman, you're taking her out on dates, you're going on boat trips and helicopter rides, you've spent 2-3 grand, and by the time she finally says, oh, I'm gonna bang this guy, he's been so good to me, he's paid my rent, I've eaten at the best restaurants in town, he spent close to 5 to 10 grand on me in just 2 weeks, and then she decides to maybe let you have sex, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's nothing special about these women. There's nothing special about them holding out on sex, right? Making you pay, jump through fucking hoops. When you get it, trust me, it's so underrated. It's not worth it. The only time sex is good is when you're married and you have a wife and you know that there's love and there's a union there. That's the only time sex is good. Stop simping out for sex that is worthless. I promise you, it's worthless for her and it's worthless for you. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in. Where is everyone? Why are there only bots in the comment? Like, what the fuck's going on with this channel, man? Lock the fuck in. Lock in. Stop listening to beta bitches that have been married. Listen to the real men. I made it to 40 without no baby mamas, no kids, no fucking none of that drama. I fucking dodged bullets like I'm fucking Neo in the Matrix. Every fucking woman that came my way, I was like, boom, 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 whoa, dodging bullets. Fucking dodged all these motherfucking bullets. I can tell you so many scenarios where I could have been a fucking cock just sitting there being just abused by a wife. Like, bro, I dodged everything and I'm here to fucking tell you, lock the fuck in. Now's the time to change this economy, this society, the demographics are all lopsided. We have a chance to get it back. And that's it. Like, where is the chat? Where's the chat? Okay, let's find another video. Fuck this one. Oh, let me go forward.
Anything without feeling pain, true pain. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain.
See, she's on her crying. She's like, I'm 37. And honestly, it's so hard being alone. Every night, I wonder why men don't even notice me or take the first step. Don't I deserve at least a little attention? Am I not attractive? Let me tell you, women, again. Putting makeup on is not what men consider attractiveness. Being a strong, independent woman and slaving at a job, men do not find that attractive. So if you're out there in the street, in your fucking blazer and business outfit, going to be a secretary somewhere, and you're caked up in fucking makeup and eyelashes and eyebrows and jewelry, and you're wondering why men are not approaching you, because we don't want that. Men do not want that. You are not being a woman. You are out there living a man's fucking life, looking like a drag queen, right? That's gay. So you are gonna cry. In 10 years' time, you'll be 47, and then your uterus is gonna dry up, and then you won't be able to have kids. And that 47-year-old man that you denied and played around with, he's still gonna be able to have kids up until he's 60, 70, 80, always. And he's gonna choose a younger woman in her mid-20s, right? Stop the fucking
Hi, my
crying.
name's Lana, and this is my Friday night in the female loneliness epidemic. I just finished work and I came to the store to buy what I want to eat for dinner.
Yes, countdown. The men are weak. They fall into lust, which is why I'm trying to tell them to lock the fuck in. The sex is not worth it if they're getting it or not. There's no man out there that's spending money on dates, that's getting laid every fucking day. These girls are not giving the pussy. They've created some kind of value on it that you need to pay for it. And when you do eventually pay that fucking price, because every chick out there has a price, you just got to find the price, right? Some of them are $200, some of them are $500, some of them are in the thousands. But once you show up with that correct price and you unlock her legs and underwear and you get the box, the vagina, whatever you want to call it, it is never fucking worth it. You'll get it once and then boom, the clock resets. You have to start spending money again if you ever want to see it or touch it again. It's not worth it. It is 0% worth it for any man. The price that you paid to touch that box for 30 minutes, if you're lucky, is not worth it. And they do not give fucking refunds. Do you understand me? Leave these fucking hookers alone. It is all women in 2026. And I can prove it with all my ex-girlfriends. I have everything. I'm just leading up and working up to it. But I need people in the chats asking for it. People need to start liking this content and sharing it out and putting comments on it. Get this shit seen. If you want to see some real personal shit and dirt and grime, what I've had to go through, that's all of this. Other men are just too pussy to share. I'm going to share it. What are you doing over there?
Now I get to go back to my clean and quiet apartment after a long week.
Every boss girl's life, loneliness. And she'll go to the gym, post some videos on Instagram, get some
My fancy schmancy
likes,
grown adult
that's
dinner
it.
is chicken nuggets and waffle fries.
So do you notice something? Whenever you watch a man living a single life, it just looks normal. But the moment you see a female living a single life like this, it just looks so fucking out of the ordinary, right? It's something that doesn't make sense. An independent woman living a life at home alone, and it just doesn't make sense. When you see a man doing it, it's like, oh, cool, that's a man living alone, he's doing his thing. He's a bachelor, he's independent. But when you see a woman doing it, you don't see how it just feels off.
Time to wash off the day's germs.
Lose a life.
Everyone deserves to feel a sense of belonging, but in today's world, that is becoming
increasingly harder to do, and we are facing a loneliness epidemic that goes beyond the already very lonely periods in life that women face, from the isolation in early motherhood or first-time motherhood to women getting lonelier as they progress in their careers. Men get less lonely, women get lonelier. And in Canada,
let me know if you agree.
Yeah, this is crazy.
What are we doing in 2026 for dating? Like, I am looking for my husband. I want to have a family, a beautiful partner. I want us to be married one day. I want to have a family of my own. I don't know what to do. All of my friends have beautiful partners, marriages, children, babies, and no one has anyone that they can introduce me to.
I would be 32 years old. I've been single for 16 years, and for a really long time, I have felt like I'm falling behind everyone else. All of my friends are married, they've got kids, they've been with their partner since their 20s, and I've never been able to have the same experiences as them. And I know that there are a lot of other people that are in the same situation as I am.
Something that I find brutally unfair is that when all of your friends are married or in like locked down in serious relationships, and you don't want to be, but you kind of feel like you should be because everyone else is, and they're busy with their people.
Adding voice makes your song.
But you don't like have a person.
You know those girlies out there that are like, I don't need no man? Yeah, that was me too. Problem is I didn't need those men because they're not my men. I need my man. And where are you at, babe? Come on, it's time.
Being serious, where are we meeting people? Where are we meeting people? I feel like I'm losing faith. Like, where is he? It was, oh, he's gonna come, he's gonna come. He's not coming. Like, when will I ever just be chosen where it's like, I'm not an option. Like, I am the option. Like, I want somebody to meet me and just be like, she's insane, but she's mine.
Turning 32 next week. I was just like, reflect, first of all, how am I 32? Like, how did this happen? Like, I was just 22. If you would have asked 22-year-old Bridget, hey, what do you think 32-year-old Bridget would be doing? What do you think she'll be doing at 32?
I'm 39. I am single. I don't have children. I call myself child-free by circumstance. And I regularly say on here that I may be nearly 40, but I'm still undecided on whether or not I want children.
We, as women, we're doomed. Like, we're doomed.
Like, I am just in a world of loneliness because it's very rare that anyone is social when you're out in any type of setting. Everyone keeps to them fucking selves. I'm literally sitting at a bar where the bartender is forced to talk to me. No one is ever social. Whenever,
You know, the easiest thing someone could say to you is, you're 35 and single with no kids. There must be something wrong with you. You're right. There is something wrong with me. I have standards and expectations, and I will never settle.
Unrealistic standards and expectations that do not exist. This girl's a loser. She will be childless and husbandless until the day she dies.
In a place that's giving me bare minimum breadcrumbs.
She thinks she's Kim Kardashian, right? Like every female in North America. They all think they're Kim Kardashian. They all think they deserve some NFL, NBA sports player, right? They all think that they're the shit and they're nothing. You're nothing.
Why do that? I pour into myself daily. I take care of myself. I do everything on my own. And if you thought that I would maybe settle.
Like, that's just basic life stuff. You wake up, you have to do that. So what, we're supposed to praise you because you can take care of yourself? What the fuck? Fucking
Go
loser.
backwards for something less, well, then yeah, maybe there is something wrong with me because I don't want that. So again, don't be hard on yourself.
I'm 35 years old and I'm child free. And, I feel like there's
something about this phase in life that nobody talks about. And don't get me wrong, I love my life. I love the way that I get to live. I love the freedom, but sometimes it can definitely feel lonely. And the loneliness, by the way, does not stem from not having children. It's just the circle of people who have been in your life and who have been around you, unfortunately, are not available in the same way that it is that they used to. There's a dynamic shift in your 30s where everyone is kind of off doing their own thing. Okay. Many people are building families. They have their own nucleus. They have their own responsibilities. Other people have careers that have had them move away for other reasons, or people are just busy with whatever it is. And it's a totally normal shift in your 30s, but still, it feels like it happens overnight sometimes. And I think what I'm realizing at this age is that it is so important that you, in spite of it being uncomfortable, constantly be putting yourself out there and be meeting new people. Not because the old people in your life aren't amazing. We still love them. They're still an active part of our life, but because sometimes you need to make new connections with people who fit the current phase that it is that you're in, which sounds pretty simple, but in practice is much more difficult to do. I mean, we're not younger where we were doing like sports teams activities or in school, meeting people there. I'm not going out all the time like I did when I was younger to meet people in a social setting. And, you know, all of our work dynamics are different, but I work for myself, so I don't have colleagues. So I don't know. I don't really have a finishing thought to this conversation, just that it's kind of this awkward phase where I'm kind of in, and it also simultaneously feels, I think you all kind of understand the awkwardness when you kind of ask someone to hang out for the first time. It just feels.
You can tell she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just talking off of emotion. Like, I got lost. I was like, what the fuck? These girls don't know what the fuck they want or what the hell's going on. They don't know. They need a man to lead them, to show them the way. If they're not being led by a man, they're being led by Satan. Do you understand? This girl has no fucking clue what she's talking about.
So how are we figuring out like when men are actually like telling the truth or not? Because I feel like I'm having deja vu. It's like Groundhog's Day out here with how often men are showing up full interest, like being intentional, doing all the right things, saying all the right things, but following that up with action as well. So it's not just words. And then just like one day waking up and saying, oh, I can't do it. I don't want a relationship.
Someone was asking me if I'm dating, and I said no because I just honestly can't with the recovery time. Like, it's the recovery period you need after dating someone is so taxing. I no longer have availability for it. I'm just like, no more. You're my husband or we're not. No, or it's a no. It's just, it takes, as someone who's such a deep feeler, it just takes me too much to recover.
Date again, which is a huge if. I kind of feel bad for the guy because I've gotten to the point where like I don't even need to see any sort of proof or ask a question or interrogate or anything like that. If I have a dream or a thought or just a general inkling, or if my stomach like moves weird, you're done. I have no further questions. I actually have no questions to begin with.
Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. So today's episode is quite ironic, right? Because we have women who could.
Ridiculous. What a sick, sick place we're in right now.
We need to stick to the status quo, which is men approaching women. Women should not be approaching men. I think men have lost the plot because they love to just use their excuses of, oh, it's not worth the reward, or we're like gonna come off creepy. Like, you gotta get over that, or else you're literally gonna be single forever, and we all know that you don't want to be single forever. I also think that it's like crazy because I think
Stop taking advice from these women. They do not know what they want. They don't know what a man is, right? They don't know. Take your advice from someone like me. Stop watching this brain rot shit. These girls don't know nothing. 1 minute they're saying, don't approach us. You're gross. You're objectifying me. Next minute, they don't know. They're going to change their mind 5 times a day, and they don't know fucking shit. Stop listening and taking advice. I'm just showing you what's going on out there. It is brain rot. They don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Sometimes men just think that like one day like a girl is just gonna like they're gonna snap their fingers and like a girl's just gonna like end up in their house, and then like that's the girl that they're gonna get married to. And it's like it's
No one's
not that
thinking
easy,
like
and
that.
it doesn't work that way. Like you actually have to go out and do the work. You shouldn't be pushing 30 and like still not knowing what you want for the rest of your life.
You only chase women when you don't know any better. In reality, all you young men out there, listen, I understand. I've been there. I've done it. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be chasing women.
Don't chase
women should
them.
be chasing you. How you get women to chase you is, number one, you stop chasing women.
What did I say?
Number one, you stop chasing women and you start chasing your potential, working on yourself, start becoming the best version of you can, the best in health, the best financially, the best spiritually, the best person you can be.
What did I say, guys? I told you, lock the fuck in. Ignore these women. Trust me. Stop chasing. Stop paying for anything. Cut them off. No more text messages. I have girls that text message me. I leave them on fucking red. I don't want to communicate with you if you are not suitable as a wife for me. What's the fucking point? Men and women weren't meant to be friends, or one person used someone. Men aren't slaves to women. It's, you know, it's fucked up. Lock in. Stop the chase. Watch them come running.
You need to learn to grow.
You want to ever have a whole flock of women to choose from? Like you're fucking The Bachelor on City TV and you got 25 girls trying to be your wife? Then lock in right the fuck now. If you want to be The Bachelor, if you want to fucking see 25 women really wanting your, like, lock in now. Stop chasing them and watch it flip around. And we got a new member. So this is awesome. DC_Dune. I appreciate you for signing up. I forgot I even have memberships, but awesome stuff. Thank you for joining. This is so cool, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys want to be members, I'll be sure to jump on and do members only content. I think a lot of my videos are members only. So DC Dune here is going to be able to see some of the stuff that a lot of you can't. So thank you for that. Lock in.
Develop as a man and stop worrying about the women. And as soon as you don't care about chasing women because you're more focused on larger ambitions and goals, girls, boom, appear.
What did I say?
Gentlemen, I want you to understand something. If you're single income with no kids and you're making $75,000 or more a year, you are platinum level elite status. If you're single income, no kids, and you're making over 6 figures a year, you are diamond level elite status. Now, if you're either one of those things and you have a 6-pack and you're tall and you're handsome, I do not think you understand how absolutely valuable you are. And you are out here dating women that treat you like trash. You're out here running around chasing women that literally could not give a fuck about you.
Don't chase
Understand your
them.
worth, boys.
Cut them
You deserve
off.
the
Don't
best.
text messaging them.
Men are easy.
Men are easy, oh.
How are men easy?
Let me tell you something. Men, all you gotta do is 3.
Listen, the sex is, I told you, the sex is not worth it. It's not worth it. Find alternative means. But dating women in the hopes of getting laid, you're going to be very disappointed. Mark my fucking words. It's not worth it.
3 things.
To get a man.
Suck, knack, and shut up. That's it.
Ew.
They don't want no drama. They don't want you asking 55 questions like you working for the FBI. They want to eat some food. They want you to a little bit sometimes, and they want to watch football. If you don't like football, don't get with that man.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
If you don't like football and the man...
This bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. Sports? What the fuck is she talking about? So she thinks she knows a man because she's talking about football. Like, that's bullshit. Again, don't listen to women that think they have advice about a man. Get your advice about men from a fucking man, not some fucking scraggly head looking Whoopi Goldberg from Temu shit, right?
Man likes football, do not get with the man because women have an evil nature of chaos. I'm saying it. Y'all could get mad at me. Women have an evil nature of
Stop having sex. Stop it. I know no man wants to hear that. You're probably like, what the fuck? Stop having sex. You're not having sex anyway. So just stop trying to have sex with these women, because that's what's keeping them on this pedestal, because they know the men are still trying to screw them, and you guys are throwing money and comments and gifts. Just fucking stop it. You're not gonna have sex with that girl that you're love bombing on Instagram. She's not gonna fuck you. You're not gonna have sex with the girl because you keep sending gifts and money. Like, she's just gonna keep you on roster so she can keep funding the gifts, right? Stop it. No one's gonna have sex with you, and if they do have sex with you, you're gonna be disappointed, right? Only love fulfills, right? Not this sex and lust and dating shit. You're gonna be disappointed. You're gonna feel humiliated and emasculated, even if you do end up fucking her. It's not going to be worth it. They put a price on everything. They're judging you. They're devaluing you or adding value according to how you perform or what you do. Everything is being judged.
chaos and an evil, jealous spirit that always comes out during sports time. That's why men go hang out with their boys to go watch football, because your is asking questions in the middle of the game. You know what I do? I don't like no football. I like food, dick, and money. So I'm sitting watching. You jumping, I'm jumping. Hey, I can't believe that. You see that? And that's how you keep get a man, and that's how you keep a
That's
man.
wrong. That's not how you get a man. Don't listen to this bitch. She's obviously single. No man wants her. That's not how you get a man.
But then what you don't understand is come a dime a dozen nowadays. It's free because women are so emotional. It don't matter what you did, all the way up until the moment she's mad. When she mad, it don't matter what you did. She'll destroy everything because she didn't get her way in these 5 minutes. This is what women do in relationships. And then they say, happy wife, happy life. That's narcissism to the 1000th degree. But women don't think they're narcissists.
My car is parked, so I'm not driving. But I want to say this. Men who compete, let me slow down. Men who compete with women do so.
Men do not compete with women. It's the other way around. It's the man's world, and society and fucked up laws and losers decided to give women equal rights, and it's the women that are competing with men. So this woman, shut your fucking mouth. You're a liar.
Because they know they cannot compete with men. Let me say that again. Men who compete with women do so because they know that they cannot compete with men. They know that if they compete with men, somebody will be hurt, and it's more likely to be them. And
yeah, this is brain rot. These girls don't know what. Do you see what's out there? Like, women have no clue what to do. They're honestly just listening to Instagram and TikTok. That's where their information on relationships is coming from.
I totally understand why men wanted their wives to stay home and do the cooking and the cleaning while they worked. There was a point in time where my boyfriend stayed home because he had a work from home job and I was working.
I think I've seen that one.
The men not yearning no more because they gay. That's it. It's no more to it. The men not yearning no more because they gay.
So I'm 27 going on 28, and I get hit on primarily by men in their 40s and 50s, online and in real life, and it fucks me up. And my real concern is the men my own fucking age. Who are they hitting?
Yeah, these videos. Is there any more better ones they have? Let me check this channel. Oh, what's this? Man Guide.
So let's discuss the old age question. Does body count matter? Let's take males out of this equation completely, which to them, a lot of them, it still does matter. Let's just discuss female and the role that we play in this and why it matters to us. So we released a
telling all the men who think their wives have gone insane. Your wife is probably between the age of 35 and 45. She has no libido. She has no interest in being intimate with you. In fact, you breathe wrong. You smell wrong. You're doing everything wrong. She has no motivation. She's tired all of the time, not just as an excuse at night, but literally tired all the time she's taking naps. She never did that before. You're wondering, where did my wife go? She doesn't participate in any of the hobbies that used to light her up. You don't remember the last time you have seen her lit up. She complains a lot about her body aching. She's taking a lot of ibuprofen, maybe a little extra wine. She just feels and looks meh. And it doesn't seem like any amount of romance, helping around the house, motivation, nothing you do is helping. Maybe you're even already going to marriage counseling because she thinks it's you. She probably already went to her doctor and asked for help with libido and her tiredness and all of it. And her doctor probably said, it's probably your marriage. And so then she came home and signed you up for marriage counseling. Or maybe I'm talking to the man that it's too late and you're hearing this after you've been separated or divorced. This is perimenopause. It is destroying relationships because nobody, no doctors, not the women and not the men.
Imagine going through 45, you're 45 and you're going through menopause and you are still in the dating scene, but you can't have babies no more. This is what's happening. This is what's going on.
Let's figure it out together.
It's not the getting laid part, it's the drama and expectations that come with it as a package deal. Just leave women alone. Do not give them anything. Do not pay for anything. They are strong and independent and will destroy you.
I don't know why they're not going up to a woman. Like, what's holding them back from that?
Because of feminism and Me Too.
Women are not strong and independent. Women are weak and vindictive. That's the truth. Women are not strong and independent. Women are weak and vindictive. Get the two right. You know, figure it out.
Doing all that shit. And because women will put men on blast who like maybe awkwardly approach them. You see also those gym TikTok videos where girls like work out in the gym and then there's like a guy who like glances at them for like 1 second and they fucking blast them. That's what guys are scared of. And these guys they're not even doing anything wrong. They're just like innocently, sometimes they're not even looking in their direction. So there's like this social component now where like people are terrified to get like being exposed on social media. So
men with no kids and no marriage plans are the fastest growing demo. Sorry for them, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about, because in my mind, I'm just like, if you have no plans,
that was the only thing throwing me off. Like,
if you have no plans, then I mean, you have other things. Bless you. There's other things you should be worried about. The woman is what is it called? The variable. What's the one that doesn't change? You know how you have like hypotheses, the variables. Like, what is the one?
There's like a recent episode or maybe recent clip where I said that I'm happily single. That I don't know why that had people in an uproar, because how can you be happily single?
Really?
Yeah.
What were they saying?
I don't know. Someone actually DM'd me and said, "Oh, you're 27. You can't possibly be happily single at this age. You should be married with kids." I actually ended up responding to him and said, "Excuse me," but then I was like, "Amanda, what the are you telling this man excuse me for?" I said, "Just block him." But I do want to read what the he said, because I was like,
let's go.
I was like, what is this man talking about?
And let's hope she responds.
Quick break, fellas. Before we continue, my name is Freud. I own this channel and I run 5 other Faceless YouTube channels behind the scenes. And if you're watching this, I already know something about you. Working hard, you're putting in the hours, and the math still isn't working in your favor. Rent goes up, bills go up, the money you send home goes up, and the paychecks stay the same. Here's what nobody told you. The men who actually escape don't escape by working harder. They escape by building something that pay them while they sleep. And the single best version of that right now is Faceless YouTube channel running on AI. Similar to this one that you're actually watching right now, believe it or not. No camera, no face, no quitting your job, just a quick asset that earn money in the background. And I'm not talking about theory, I'm talking about what I'm actually working on. Man Guide, which I personally own, has done over 300,000 and bring over $60,000 a year on autopilot. Another channel of mine posts 600,000 just uploading celebrity.
Not seeing or like feeling how I feel like I'm supposed to be feeling, and it's just like kind of upsetting because I'm like, okay, not that I'm lowering my standards, I just feel like I'm like opening up a little bit more and like growing up, realizing that maybe certain things that I used to think were like negatives are actually positives, and I don't know how to navigate it. I'm in this weird limbo of like trying to grow, trying to learn, and you don't even make excuses for someone in your head, and then you kind of calm yourself down, and then you're like, do I need to be making those excuses? I'm just feeling defeated because it's really hard to like start over time and time again. And again, you know, when open yourself emotionally up to dating, I don't know.
Whoa, she literally started with dating is hard and then listed all the reasons why you are making it hard. It's a common theme with women that say stuff like that.
Reason why young men especially are hesitant to get married is because there's, for a lot of men, they don't see any benefit from it. You're just putting yourself at a disadvantage. If someday she could say, you know what, I'm not really feeling this anymore, I'm going to divorce you, but you're still going to be responsible for paying for me for the rest of your life.
Like I said, I'm pro prenup, and alimony is not gendered. It's literally a formula in most states. And so in a situation, I do think like, yeah, if a man wants to get married, you should think about this. You should think about this possibility. But I don't think that it's fair that a woman who has given up so much in order to be a homemaker shouldn't have any, shouldn't have anything. She should just be left on the street.
Prenups do cover alimony, but they don't cover child support for that exact reason. In the instance of a divorce, the man will help support the children. But you as a full-grown adult would be expected to be able to support yourself if alimony was ruled out inside of a prenup.
Marriage is a story with no happy ending for men.
Single. How old are you?
The world's disgusted. So I don't know if you can see this message here. But this girl told me, she's like, hey, I want to thank you for trying out the weekend boyfriend application, LOL. But to be honest, I'm not really feeling it. I'd like to just be friends moving forward, even if that means I don't see you as much, hoping you can understand. I'm like, hey, not a problem. I picked a bad time to apply. LOL, it's my fault. Everything when I was dating this girl was going perfectly. I paid for everything, right? So, but like, she was doing some weird things, like holding off. I could tell she was trying to add value to see how much I'm putting out, which would depend on what she would put out. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But so I paid for everything. Everything's going well, date after date. And then one time she was like, oh, I did so good at work this week. I made so much money. So I showed up to the next day and I'm like, you can pay for everything. And then boom, everything's out the window. All of a sudden, once they have to spend their own money, they're not interested anymore, right? They only value you if you have enough money that can better their life. That's all that it's about. I got more evidence. Do you want to see fucking everything? Make sure you like this video. We need to get it out in the algorithm. Why is every Jew boy can talk about this and get 100,000 subs and views, but I can't fucking give a Christian biblical perspective on this? I'm getting shit on. So can you guys help subscribe to the channel? Let's get the subscriber count back up. Let's get the video liked and pushed into the algorithm. It's free. I'm not asking for donations or super chats or money or memberships. I'm just saying, share it and like it. It's like a click. Like I can go to my video now and just like it, right? Let me see if I can do it, because everyone thinks everything's so fucking hard, right? Let's get to the video. How do I get to it? Let's like it. It's so simple. So I don't know if you guys are watching now. There's the chat. Let me see how many likes. Where do you like the video? How come I can't even like the video? Is this like this for everyone? What the hell? So yeah, I can't even like my own video. What the hell is going on? Edit, join. Can you guys do something? Can like the video and share it? Because as you can see, I can't even do it for myself. So yeah, I hate the fucking internet, but I'm here trying to fucking help you guys, get you guys to lock in, but everyone's too fucking soy boy and pussified. No one's gonna fucking step up and do anything, right? You guys are such fucking losers. Yeah, please like it. I don't even have a like button. So how the fuck am I supposed to get this information out there and everyone else is doing the exact same shit?
Okay, you're 41
But
and
I'll
you're
be
single.
42.
All right. You're 41 or 42 in a week. You're single. You have no kids. Why is that?
I don't know if you're selfish.
You're selfish?
I like being free.
You like being free?
I like being free. I like going out.
Okay.
I like dancing. I like flirting. I can be with one woman, but
You'd rather not.
the responsibility, who wants that? Really, honestly, who wants that?
I don't.
I want to be free. I don't want no responsibility. I don't have to worry about somebody for the rest of my life. Even when I'm 90, I got to worry about my 70-year-old kid. 40-year difference. 50. It's just not for me. You know, when I see my friends with their kids, I'm supposed to want it, but I look at it like, it sucks.
It sucks. It fucking sucks.
He looks so young. Many married people are so stressed and age a lot. So, yeah, maybe that's the reason.
If you meet a man who is over 40 years old and he's never been married, run. Because a man that has made it his entire adult life and has never decided to commit to one woman is a problem.
Damn, is everything a red flag nowadays?
Women hate splitting 50-50 with a man until it's time for them to divorce them. I hate these tired-ass conversations, but I was really just thinking, I saw this in the comment section. I was just like, damn. No, that's true. Depending on the woman, some of them greedy asses just want everything. They literally just want to leave him out on the street over some shit that they did to him, you know? Whole time, he wasn't the issue. He wasn't the root cause as to why the divorce was brought up. She probably cheated or some shit. She just did some bullshit. She wasn't a good wife. Yeah, there are bad husbands, but I mean, most of the time, women are just naturally going to initiate the divorce. This shit sucks. I think marriage is dead in Gen Z, bro, because everything I see, it always steers me away from marriage. I think it's beautiful. I think the practice is something that we all look forward to at some point in our lives, but with the paperwork that comes with it and everything that we've seen on social media thus far, it's like, why would we do it? It doesn't seem like to have like any real incentive for anybody besides a woman to stay in, okay? More so, it's like a woman has every incentive to leave the man after they get married because they know they're just gonna get half. And you might go with the basic advice of, oh, no, that's okay, dude. We can combat this by just getting a prenup before that even happens. Well, I mean, at that point, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to get her to sign the prenup at a very neutral state, or else she can nullify that contractual agreement by saying, hey, he made me sign this under emotional distress. Now the prenup doesn't work. But here's what I'm thinking. If you're going to get married, put everything in your mother's name. Put everything in your father's name. She's not getting shit. If not that, then, I mean, you could always get married without the paperwork. But, I mean, you know, women are big-ass divas, so they're not going to really want that. Plus, there's like a level of security that comes with that, too. So, I mean, they know the game. That's why they do that shit. But, yeah, marriage has turned into something that no man really wants anymore. The shit's kind of ass. It looks horrible.
Man guide. I don't know. Some men are buying. Why do we have to? The guy next door vote.
As a photographer who specializes in intimate weddings, courthouse and elopements, engagements, couples photos, anniversaries, that type of stuff, I can see when a man is like checked out. There is no connection there. It's like God has literally given me eyes to see true godly love versus worldly lust or loathe or whatever you want to call it, because it ain't love. But I can see when that man he do not want to be there. He do not like the woman. None of her jokes are funny to him. Nothing that she or the kids do is impressive to him. Like I can clearly see when these men are unhappy. And then it be like engagement photos. Like, y'all not even married yet. And this man act like this? Sis. I see a lot. And man, it's just so much that we as women don't see when we so focused on trying to get a man to stay, trying to have just have a man just to say you got a man, and you already seen the signs, and you think like having a baby gonna make him change. You think getting a ring gonna make him change, marrying him gonna make him change, moving in with him gonna make him change. It's not. It don't work like that at all. A lot of these men be like walking demons in a meat suit. So narcissistic. And you can see it in their eyes, in the photos. Like,
Things are constantly dismissed. If someone speaks up about being unhappy, that conversation deserves to be taken seriously instead of being brushed aside. Ignoring problems doesn't save a relationship. It usually guarantees its failure.
People just love to romanticize being a pretty woman, that life comes so easy for you and you get everything in life that you want, which you certainly can, but it can also be a very lonely life. And also when I'm saying a pretty girl, an attractive person, I'm not only talking about the outside, I'm talking about the inside, how your soul is, how you treat other people. All of these things contribute to being a pretty woman. I want to do a video talking about it and why I think it's really hard for anybody that's attractive, for that matter, to make good relationships. It is very hard, especially in female friendships, to find a good connection that doesn't see you as competition. Naturally, when you're an attractive or pretty woman, your confidence is higher up there. You have a better sense of self compared to most other people. And that can attract some really insecure types of people into your life. When those insecure people come into your life, they try to latch off of that. Whether that's in the form of competition, just trying to one-up you and even imitating you for that matter. Not only for the sole purpose of being attractive, but if you're also an attractive person that has a good heart, a good soul, you're a nice person, you have a high sense of self and confidence, that is intimidating to a lot of people, and a lot of people can grow jealous of that and hate you for it. Our boundaries can be so high, our expectations can be so high that we just don't foresee the point of letting people into our lives that don't meet those expectations. You're not alone. Pretty women are the most lonely. It's nothing to do with the outside. It also has to do with the inside. But if you have both,
she's wrong. It's nothing to do with pretty women and whatnot. It's working women are alone, because no man wants to wife a working woman, knowing that his wife's going to be at work with a work husband, flirting with other guys. It's not the unit any real man wants. If you're a working woman, you're never going to get the real man that you want, that to have a family with. It's not going to happen.
live a very good life, and everything that you give out to the world will come back to you. So
Yes, because men know that with pretty privilege also comes pretty darn huge entitlement as well, and nobody wants that. Attractive people can absolutely be humble, but when someone starts believing their looks excuse arrogance or entitled behavior, that's where the problems begin. Confidence is attractive. Entitlement isn't. Most people would rather be with someone who respects them than someone who expects special treatment.
I think women's greatest fear is being alone, not being with the wrong person. And our greatest fear is being with the wrong person. But the tricky thing is that women, because they're so afraid of being alone, I think a lot of them, they end up being with guys they don't really like. And that's what I think this like ick red flag culture is. When you're with someone you don't like, everything about them is irritating. You just hate the guy you're with, but you're terrified of being alone.
It's not the fear of being alone, but the fear of not paying her own bills or not having enough money to get her nails done. Sometimes the fear isn't loneliness, it's losing comfort, convenience, or financial security. That's why it's important to ask whether you're looking for a genuine partner or simply someone to maintain your lifestyle. Relationships built around dependence instead of mutual respect rarely stand the test of time.
Yes, being too pretty leads to loneliness. That's just the cards that's gonna have to be dealt. You wanna know why? Because when you are too pretty, a lot of other human beings don't look at you as a real person. They don't look at you as a real person. You're not human to them. You're an it. You're an it to them. You're a toy to them. So they're never gonna be real with you because you don't look real. As a beautiful woman, you have to be isolated. You have to be mean, and you have to be very selective with who you let in your life. Now, let me explain all three. First of all, if you don't isolate yourself, they're going to isolate you for you. Okay? Unattractive people are people who are less attractive than you. They love feeling.
Has nothing to do with how you look. These women are so caught up with Instagram and looks that they believe that everything is, they need to look good. They need to have $500 worth of product in them for a guy to find them attractive. And then we have to fucking pay for that. It's like, well, I had to get my hair done and my nails. And like, I never wanted that. Like, I'm not trying to date a fake woman that's fucking caked up in clown makeup. So when I finally do marry you and you wash your face and I see it the first day after the wedding, you look like a complete different person. No man wants to date a woman that's caked up in makeup. No one is asking for that.
Cruel intentions. There's a lot of truth to that movie. A lot of bitches, even a lot of females are
talking about. This channel is whack. The videos. Where else can I get some good content on this? Loneliness epidemic.
I'm not just lonely, I'm alone. When I say that, I mean I feel lonely, but I'm also like alone physically.
I'm so done with dating. I cannot, my heart cannot, like.
I'm 44, 2 friends at the most, and I'm fucking lonely.
TikTok, where are the men?
The struggle for many women continues. Some of them have built their dream lives but still feel empty. Some have accomplished their goals, but at the same time, they're all alone. Many have gotten to that point because they rejected traditionalism. They've done this to themselves.
I would be the easiest girl ever if I just actually found a hot guy. Like, I don't see them anywhere. I never ever fucking see a hot man. Where are they?
I'm going to say something that a lot of women in their 40s probably won't say out loud, but I am subconsciously prepared to spend the rest of my life alone. And it's not because I'm broken or I don't want love or I don't want to find my person, but because somewhere along the way, I learned I can't count on another person for my plan. And I built everything in my life myself, my career, my business, and my body, and my peace. I did not wait for anybody to hand it to me. So when my marriage ended, as devastating as that was, I realized I wasn't scared of being alone. I was scared of going back to the version of myself that needed someone else to feel okay. And I don't need someone to complete me. I need someone who adds to what I've already built. And if that never comes, like, I'm going to be okay. I've always been okay. I think that's one of the most powerful things a woman can actually say out loud.
She became the man she always wanted. And now that she doesn't have him, she is coping with her reality. That is really what this is. She built the career. She built the life. She built the independence. But somewhere along the way, she also trained herself.
So we need to start telling these strong, independent women that they are men. You're not a woman. You are a strong, independent man with a vagina. That's what you are. You are no longer a woman that requires a husband. You will not have a husband. No man will approach you. You are off the market because you became a man, but you have a vagina. So maybe a gay man might want you, but you're not going to get that husband that you want. You're that Chris Hemsworth, Brad Pitt looking motherfucker, 6 feet tall. That doesn't exist. So you're going to be 40, 50, 60. You're going to die alone. No husband, no love. Your kids are going to check out. Like, your kids don't love you. Your kids, if they could, if the government said all children will give you $1 million if you arrest your parents and bring them to the government, like, every kid is going to fucking trade their parents into the government for money. That's the world we're in.
To live like the man she wished would show up. And that sounds powerful until you realize what it actually means. It means she is.
Exactly. Society has turned women into the men that they always needed, which is why the men that they need no longer approach them. Men do not want a working, strong, independent woman or man now, because you become a man. That is a man's duty. That is a man's role. You cannot be a woman living a man's role and still be a woman. You are now a man. You want to live a man's role, you now have become a man and will not have a man. This is why women in a manly role, in a masculine era, are not married. This is why they are single and childless, because men do not find that attractive. That's it. It goes back down to just raw nature of humanity. No man is going to go after a woman that can look after herself or appears that she's looking after herself. We avoid you like the fucking plague.
Is the provider. She is the protector. She is the backup plan. She is the emotional safety net. Now she says she's prepared to be alone, but that is not the same as wanting to be alone. A lot of modern women do this. They turn survival into empowerment because admitting disappointment would hurt too much. So instead of saying, I wanted partnership and it did not happen, they say, I never needed anyone anyway. That is not always.
Yeah, there will always be a situation where she will need a man. So she's sitting in a car right now. Who wants to guarantee that there is no way on earth that this chick is doing her own oil change, putting air in her own tires, switching out her summer tires for winter tires in the season? Guaranteed a man is doing that job. A man that is not her husband, obviously a man that she has to pay to do. But if she had a man, maybe she wouldn't have to pay some shop to do it. Her man would have done it. But obviously she's strong and independent, but she can't do her own fucking oil change on her own car. A man will always need to do this job.
Is peace. Sometimes it is just coping with the life independence left behind.
I just wanted to confess something to you guys. I'm so desperate. Like, I'm desperate. I know I look so desperate. It's because I am. I'm so desperate. I can't find any guy that will like ever want to like be with me or hug me or cuddle me or like smell me. There's just nobody out there. It's just really hard. You know, everywhere I go, I get ignored and denied, and I'm really desperate. Please help. Fucker.
I've asked before and I'm gonna ask again. Ladies, where are you finding these men? I personally think I look the best I've ever looked, and a part of me is like, you really need to get out there and use this. But men, like, I haven't dated in years. Men, where you find them? I've been on the apps. Don't recommend any apps. The apps, no bueno. No bueno.
This is a simple but real problem. A lot of women are visible online, but invisible to the men they actually want in real life. They look good.
Everyone
they post,
to
they get attention.
TV.
But when it comes to finding a serious man, suddenly the room feels empty. That is because attention is not the same thing as access. A dating app match is not the same thing as a good man with intent. And looking your best does not automatically put you around men who want commitment. This is where many women start feeling confused. They were told the world was full of options. but the options they can actually respect, trust, and build with are much harder to find. That is not just bad luck. That is dating market reality.
Ladies, the next time you're sitting there wondering why you can't find a good man, why no man wants to date you or even talk to you, why no man will approach you, well, here's exactly why. Do you get it yet? And before you say, that's not me, I'm not like her, remember, we men can't know that. So we must assume it's all women till it's no women.
This is going to get me in trouble, but nobody wants to talk about the female loneliness epidemic. They only want to talk about the male loneliness epidemic. If we were to actually unpack female loneliness, we would have to also look at the behaviors that contribute to it. It only takes one excruciating friendship or friend group experience for a woman to kind of want to wall herself off from friendship with other women.
I really don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty beautiful. But one thing about me,
and act unbothered.
I feel like we watched that video. Hopefully we're not watching the same things over and over again.
Only 80% of women want the top 20% of men. Yes. We don't want someone who doesn't have their together. Would you? Red pill men love to say, well, the truth hurts. Women finally have rights and are now practicing natural selection, and y'all are mad about it.
It's always women that look like this that have so much to say about female empowerment. There is nothing about female empowerment, especially when you look like this and sound like this. This just looks like any typical LGBT, just hating on heterosexual, God hating. This person is just sickening.
Instead of going to therapy, instead of practicing some introspection on your bigotry, on your hate towards women, you would rather hate us in return for not choosing you.
I'm going to be real blunt, and I'm not judging, and this is not hate. This is more of a, can you...
Yes, Tyrese, like we've been going over this epidemic with relationships and dating because a lot of people are confused. The women are online saying, why won't men approach us? I'm a strong, independent woman. And the men are just not bothered. Men are finding other things to do. We've realized that the money isn't really worth it, spending it on these women. So I've come to the conclusion that yes, men are avoiding women today like the plague because women are so far from being a biblical woman that men no longer find women attractive. They don't see them as suitable wives or potential mothers of their children because they are not. Women of today are too focused on their own careers, on competing with men, being better than a man, being a strong, independent woman, to the point where they're completely turning men off from them forever. No man, biblical believing man, or any just straight normal man will ever find a working, strong, independent woman attractive and suitable as a wife and a potential mother of their kids. So it goes straight back down to biblical times. And last night I said that there was a point in time in the days of Jared that the sons of God in the heaven above were so lustful over the women on earth at that time that they could not resist, that they had to fall from heaven, become fallen angels because they wanted to choose themselves wives, right? This is in scripture. And what kind of women did the angels fall for? They fell for a biblical feminine woman that was at home with the family, cooking, cleaning, nurturing, and loving. And when the husband came home, she was taking care of him. This is what the angels lusted after, and they wanted their own wives. Scripture says they wanted to choose themselves wives, not a hooker, not a prostitute. They didn't come down just to get a $50 blowjob. They wanted a true female feminine wife. And then they corrupted women so that men would never experience a true woman with that feminine sparkle that has now been dimmed out worldwide. The women of today, the angels would not fall for. Men won't even date you or don't even want to talk to the women of today because the energy they give is a masculine energy. So now men try to just disappear from that. And if you're a real man and looking for the feminine energy and you can't find it, then we're just gonna do our own thing, right? No fear of God in them. I'm not going to waste my time. It's exhausting. I can't waste my energy no more. I'm protecting my peace respectfully, which is what all men are doing. So I'm telling men, lock in, protect your peace. Let us all collectively ignore women, right? You know, the simps, they need to stop, right? Because that's the only thing keeping women going, because they still have beta males and simps funding their lives. But the real men that they want are now starting to ignore them because and choose peace over the crap that and expectations that they're after. So if we are able to cut them off and teach these women that there is no such thing as a strong, independent woman, they're gonna break. Once all their sugar daddies stop funding their rent and stop paying for their Botox injections, once they realize that men check out completely, like I'm not saying check out forever, that's just ridiculous, we'll go extinct, but we have to check out right now because we now got AI on the verge of taking over the world. So if we ever want to have a woman in our lives again, a true wife, we need to crush all the demographics, all the social media trends and BS, right? We need to push these women. We need to stop picking them up from work and giving them free rides. We need to stop bringing them food and flowers and trying to show chivalry. We got to let them be the man, right? Let them walk to work. Let them figure it out. Let them let them pay every single bill by themselves, right? They will come running back to men in numbers, right? So this is it. We need to step up and lock in.
See why men are frustrated video? But this girl right here, looking the way she does, a 2, and that's being generous, overweight, attitude, entitlement, the fact that she's even on this app posting a video talking about the top 20% and women wanting better, this exactly proves the point that men keep trying to make and women continue to miss. She's talking like she wouldn't be lucky to land a guy that's a 4. And yeah, you can call it 80-20 or 90-10 or whatever. She's proving it because at her level, on looks alone, she doesn't qualify for the top 20% and definitely not the top 10. But because dating apps and social media provide this constant validation and attention from all types of men, she now believes that she does. She thinks that she's in the market for the 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s.
See, social media creates this false sense of you're wanted, that you're highly valued when you're just an average person, right? Whether these simps are real people or real men that are flooding their inboxes with messages. Like I'm starting to think and see, yeah, there's possibly like immigrants and people that do that, but most of these guys, they have to be bots. It has to be part of the algorithm that's feeding into this agenda, right? The women are being put on a pedestal when they're nowhere near that worthy of that, right? Yeah, good day, Robin, Nico, good to see you. Yeah, a lot of, yeah, let's get back to what this guy said.
That's the issue. Because not long ago, this same type of woman, this woman herself would have been happy with a guy in her hometown, blue collar man making $50K a year, maybe not the best looking guy, maybe a little overweight, but a solid and good man. Now, this same woman, this same 2, thinks that she deserves a man making 200K plus, at least a 7 in the looks department, disposable income that can fly her out and pamper her. That's what this is. So when men say they are frustrated, it's not because we don't want women to do better. It's because the women in their actual lane with the same lifestyle, same values, same goals, same reality won't even look at them anymore. And the men that are hardworking, loyal, emotionally available like women want, and really ready to treat them like a princess, they're invisible. They are auto left swipe, not even in the same dating pool. This is why men are frustrated.
This woman has something to say about Hispanic men and Black men.
And with that being said, I have never heard or seen a Hispanic man say, I date outside of my race because Hispanic women talk too much and they're spicy and they have attitudes. And guess what? Hispanic women do. Hispanic women act very, very.
That's absolutely right, Tyrese. I mean, you got to understand, who are these who are the women in this generation, in today's world, 2026, who are their role models? The role models for women are Cardi B, all these haters of men online, all these Beyoncés, anyone that's a celebrity and has a celebrity husband that's powerful and has a private jet. So this is what's on the algorithm, on the Instagram. Everyone's living some kind of fancy balling life. Everyone's at the World Cup. So every female believes that she deserves that lifestyle too, because it's what's on her feed, it's what other women are living, and that woman looks the same as her, so she deserves the same treatment. It's all just brainwashing from the media, the doom scrolling. When the people are MK altering themselves with social media to the point where, like the guy just said, people that they should be with that are perfect matches for them are now invisible because of the MK Ultra doom scrolling on TikTok with all the fake after fake. Everything's been fake. So my TV now, it's one of these smart TVs. And when you turn it on, it goes onto like some Samsung Plus and it has its own like TV stations. And I never watch it. But recently it's been on this one station that's showing like the TV show Cheaters from like the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, the Jerry Springer era, all that reality TV crap, right? And I'm looking at it now and I'm like, what the hell? Everything about it just looks fake and staged. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, it's so easy to see now, but at the time when it was new and we had to tune in on Friday nights, late night to watch it with commercials, like we didn't know about staging and fake TV then, and a lot of people would believe that. I know I probably did, and Jerry Springer, even though it always looked fake, everything, all the TV back then was staged and fake, right? And if you look back at Jerry Springer shows and the Cheaters show, you're going to see it. You're going to be laughing and be like, what the hell? We fucking turned our brains to mush watching this shit back in the day. And now we look at it now, it's like, it's just ridiculous. It's like these reels on Facebook where you can obviously tell these people are just faking shit for views. And obviously that's what it was back then. Same fake shit that we all ate up.
Very, very similar to Black women. And guess what their men do? They get their ass up at 3, 4 in the morning. They hop out the van and they go work. And guess what? They do not complain about it. What's wrong with y'all?
You know what? This young lady has a point. I don't really hear too many Hispanic men complain about that either. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I just don't hear about it. So like I said, she has a good point, but I do have a couple points as well. Number one, show me a bunch of Hispanic women online talking bad about their men, calling them
Be no harm. There will be no let's exist in peace. It's really every man for themselves. Women have got to a point now where they realize they don't need men for survival. So men are now.
Yes, Tyrese. Okay, let me see this comment. So Tyrese says, they say single women keep women single. And it's sad because women are being tricked and lied to. They need the biblical view of a woman supposed to be just saying. Yeah, so you see it all the time now. The women can't get a man because their standards are so high and they destroyed any good man that was ever in their life. So now they're bragging and choosing celibacy, so they believe. So they think that's a flex. It's like, oh, I've been celibate 8 years, 2 years, 5 months. I'm celibate. screw men, men are bad, they just spread bad energy, we're strong, independent women. So now all the single women get together. Now single women are going on dinner dates together, and the girls are faking it. They're trying to post all the time saying, look, my date's so beautiful tonight, this girl, that girl. They're feeding each other and kissing each other and saying, oh, well, and then they're going on girls' trips, but they hate each other. That's all just for internet. They don't really want that life. They hate it. They're doing their best to try and be happy, but they're lonely and miserable without a man. And they're getting older. They're turning 40. They're turning 50. They're realizing that they're never going to have kids. They're never going to have a family. No rich man is going to come save them like they were promised in their 20s, right? They thought they just have to show a little booty and cleavage on the internet for a few years, and boom, some millionaire is going to sweep them up off their feet. But no, they're still stripping and posting thirst traps and begging for money at 40 plus and 50 plus online, childless, husbandless, and it's going to keep getting worse. The more you stay away from biblical values, the worse your life will become.
Panicking, because in order for a man to feel good about himself, he needs to feel needed. But women don't really need you guys anymore. They don't. I know so many.
Yes, exactly. Men go for women that need them. And she just said, but women don't need men anymore. So men, real men that want a wife and a family and a biblical household, or any just a home unit, right? It doesn't have to be biblical or not. It just has to be morally right, heterosexual, right? Continue the human race. Remember, if we don't have sex and produce babies, the human race will eventually stop, right? So obviously, for thousands of years, to get us to this point, men and women needed to have sex and be in relationships and have families. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So now women are admitting that women don't need men, because what women needed men for 100 years ago has now been taken away. And now women have been given that. So now whatever a man has to offer, the woman already has it without having a man. Do you see that?
Women who are like marriage free, child free, living life, happy, growing, thriving, like the list goes on. So this is the problem that men are having. The reason why it was easier for you guys to date women back in the day was because women actually didn't have options. They didn't have avenues that they can go down. So women were actually coming from a place of scarcity rather than abundance. Now women have an abundant mindset. They don't need to settle. They do not. They actually don't. Men want us to settle, because if women don't settle, then that means men aren't going to be picked anymore.
Why do we have phrases like it's cheaper to keep her? Pearl, answer the question.
Divorce is expensive. And by the way, on purpose to discourage people from getting divorced in the first place.
Why do we have phrases like happy wife, happy life?
Because it's true.
The future is not going to be great for feminists. You guys are going to get the equality that you're asking for. Men are not going to protect women in the streets. Men are going to stop signing up for the infrastructure jobs. The birth rate's going to keep falling, and the future is going to be bleak. What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running?
If you could hold your mic.
Sorry, I'll say it again.
Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to?
Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are dominated by men. They have the physical capacity to do it. Men and women are built differently.
What's your plan when they stop?
I mean, we're going to have a problem. Are you suggesting that women should be forced to work on oil rigs and things like that?
What is your plan?
That's a
what do
ridiculous
men
question.
get out of doing those jobs?
I don't have a plan, Pearl, for a
Feminists
situation in
never
which
do.
men.
Exactly. Feminists don't have a plan. They just want to use their emotion, get what they want, but they're not thinking long term. And she's the woman saying, so when men finally have had enough and give you what you want, your fucking equality, and then they stop running the oil rigs and the shipping containers and move doing all the worldwide trading system, and then they give it to the women, it will fucking crumble. You'll never have fucking coffee again because that comes from South America. The whole trade will fucking crumble if it's put in the hands of a woman. You'll never have gas for your car again. We'll have to go back to fucking horse and carriage because the oil will never get here because no woman is going to be able to handle a fucking oil rig. So why are we fighting for equality when there is no such thing? The world will end.
No longer do those jobs.
They never
Maybe you
do.
do it. I don't know.
What's your plan when men start walking away from marriage? What's your plan?
So, do men or women get a raw deal from marriage? Because you just said men walking away from marriage. So, is he culpable for doing that?
What is your plan when men walk away from marriage?
Is he responsible for walking away from a
changing the
marriage?
topic. What is
or
your
is
plan?
he just never guilty of
My
anything?
point is you on men.
I don't
And
men.
yet,
I love men.
Yet the very microphone you're using was built by men. The building was built by men. And there's no gratitude or appreciation. You just tell them they're not doing enough.
I ain't got no limit, yeah, that's right, yeah, I'm limit.
Well, why are women so quick to assume the worst?
Because of all the stuff that has happened with men over years.
So how are men and women ever supposed to get together if women assume the worst in men?
That's something for a man to figure out.
Well, doesn't that also affect women if women don't want to lonely old cat ladies?
No, because I can easily find a man that will approach me in a good way where I won't feel creeped out, where I want to talk to him and stuff, rather than a man just being like all up in my face.
So would you say that women have more advantages in the dating market than men do?
No, men have more of an advantage.
Well, didn't you say that you have, don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
No, I think men are probably the pickiest when it comes to picking a girl.
How so?
They always want a girl that fits the now, like she has to look like what everyone else wants rather than just a really pretty woman that might not be like top tier of what Instagram standards are.
Not younger than me, she's not skinnier than me, and she's not prettier than me. Then why couldn't it just be me?
Because she's softer than you. She's quieter than you. She doesn't yell at me. She doesn't call me an idiot or tell me to shut up all the time. She listens to me. She's nice to me. She doesn't make me feel like the only thing stopping her.
Yeah, you're saying it exactly what it is. Everything is transactional within relationships these days, and everything is to be funded towards the woman. So the man has to come up with the money and transaction with the female to have, like, that's what man and woman relationships have become. Yeah, these marriages. So when men start walking away from marriage, which is happening, men have just stopped marrying women because women, well, first of all, men were marrying women, but started laying the prenup on them. And then the women are like, whoa, 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 why a prenup? Because obviously they're showing that they just want to dig for gold. Now men are like, screw that, forget that, let's no marriage, right? Then if they don't marry them, then how are they going to take half of everything you own, right? So it's just getting crazy out there. The men are waking up. The men, especially the young men, are choosing to not get involved with these unbiblical women. They're ungodly. I showed the image yesterday that if you ever do meet with a woman, you're not just meeting up with her, you're meeting up with 5 other guys that are supporting her lifestyle, everything. Her emotional availability is based on all the 5 guys she has in her life, and you're just the next guy to come along to help add to the funding of the lifestyle to take care of some next bill or some next need. That is all. And we have to expose that and put an end to it right now. Prenups don't mean anything anyways. Yeah, we realize that. Guys tried the prenup and still got fucked over, right? Because they can always be thrown out by the judge who rules on them. That happens all the time. So yeah, the prenup is a scam because when it goes to court, the judge will be like, well, you did fund this, she didn't have that. So the prenup I deem null and void, and you are deemed to pay $18,000 a month in marital payments to your ex, right? That's what's going on.
From being happy is me.
Why girls fall for bad boys? Have you ever wondered? So there has been a research which has been conducted on it, and it is called the dark triad. So according to the dark triad,
oh, I know Tyrese was speaking about this earlier. I saw your comment about women actually turning against the good biblical man and choosing the bad boy, right? So let's see what this guy has to say.
when a man showcases Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy, for a girl in the short term, it looks like confidence, it looks like security, it looks like someone who is powerful. But the research has shown that in the long term, it actually harms them, because the man is actually not what they see. They start having problems with that same characteristic with which they fell in love with. They are not treated well. They are being treated bad. What you see is not true. What is true, you don't.
Yes, sir, Tyrese. So you're a young guy, and you're correct. The fact that everyone of all ages now in today's world that's single and looking for a partner because we need to continue the human race has become impossible. Modesty is definitely gone. If you say something about it, then all of a sudden we are labeled as women hater. Lord, help us all. Exactly. You can't say anything, right? So my advice is to stop. Stop giving gifts to women that are not your wife. Stop spending money going on dates with women that are not your wife. Stop it. The dating scene only benefits these women, and they found a way to turn it into a business corporation for them, where not only are you dating them and paying for something and feeding them at that moment, but it's feeding into this ego-ness, this self-centeredness, this goddessness. It's disgusting. We need to stop. Stop sending good morning texts. If they're not your wife, save it for your wife. Stop it. Stop everything. I promise it will all come around fast, because the women won't be able to handle it. But every man needs to stop. Focus on yourself. Get good at something. Get online. I know you have your channel going. Just do your own thing. Speak the word, right? The women aren't doing anything. All they do online is complain or post thirst traps. There's nothing of sustenance, right? No sense in anything.
Don't see.
And, the woman, she was a little bit overweight, and the guy was saying that this woman's a 2. She'd be lucky and she'd be grateful to be with a 4. And I remember there was another guy that was saying all these men get on the app and they talk about women and how just because they don't look good, they have no right to be talking. This is kind of what women, this is kind of what men mean, right? And he was trying to defend women. Well, maybe, that's her preference and yada, yada, yada. It could be, but you don't qualify. You don't qualify. I were to walk up to Beyonce or somebody, I wouldn't qualify because I'm nowhere in her stratosphere. And I should understand that. Oh man, all of these women, they say da, 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 and Beyonce didn't even want me. You know how many people, men and women, would laugh me right off the face of.
That's a great point. Gaming with Shaz says that the elites are well-structured families. We need to lock in or they're going to keep winning. Exactly. Any of these, let's talk about Justin Bieber, for example. Any of these people, don't you notice these celebrities, these pop star icons, these actors, young stars, Don't you notice how they always pair up and get married very young? Like it's an arranged marriage. These elites, like look at Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin. They met when they were teenagers, like it was arranged. I showed a video with Justin Bieber on Ellen saying, oh yeah, it was like an arranged marriage. The elites are part of a satanic religious cult system, a blasphemous rebellion against God. And they're doing the opposite. Like they're living a way where they pair up man and woman, or MTF and FTM. They still pair up young, right? Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. They were paired up. Everyone's always paired up. And you think, what the hell? Did these people just start out and get famous and all of a sudden they're married, right? Like they pair them up young. But yeah, we're out here single. They're not single, right? And living that. They're like they broke up our homes while the elites were all still paired up, right? Rich, each one is a celebrity making millions, right? But yet we're struggling, single, separate. No one is paired up, right? The women on the streets think that they should be living like the Kardashians and the Beyoncés and the Jenners, like because the Instagram is showing them that lifestyle. They feel they deserve that lifestyle, even though they're nowhere near that lifestyle when they're living like it's what the fuck? Disaster, man. It is disaster.
The earth. Because what I said was stupid, and it should be called stupid. It's dumb. Oh man, Mariah Carey ain't even paying no attention to me. She 50 years old and she washed up. Why is she not? You're not even in her stratosphere. You're not even close to where she is. Pipe down. Be quiet. And that's what men are trying to say to some of these modern women. The men that you want, you're not even in their stratosphere.
Top 5 traits that men want in women. I interviewed 100 masculine men. Asked them, what are you looking for? What are you not looking for? What are your biggest icks? What would make you run for the hills? And what do you want to have in place before you commit to a partner? They answered all of those and everything in between. If you want that report, I'll send it to you. Just comment report in the comments and I will send it your way. For now, the top 5 traits that men want in a partner. Number 5, supportive. And I would go as far as to say supportive of this man's mission. What I find is that women are either one of 3 things when it comes to a guy's mission. They're either a detractor or neutral, or they're an accelerator. What are you to your man and the men in your life? Number 4, nurturing. What a man brings to the table and what a woman brings to the table is typically the things that they do not have themselves. So a man can go out there and make his bag. A guy can go out there and conquer the world. Guys, by and large, very rarely are genuinely, innately nurturing. So we want that from our feminine counterpart. That's number 4, nurturing. Number 3 is love and connect. These are things that guys are never going to get from the AI dating apps. They're never going to get from marrying a robot. Never going to get from anyone aside from his feminine counterpart. He wants love and connection as number 3. Number 2, he wants a best friend or teammate, you could call it. I think what a lot of women don't understand is that when men jump into partnership, they're looking for someone who complements their strengths. They're not looking for someone who's the same as them. If you think of the best teams, they have complementary players and each individual is good at something different. That's what makes them an amazing team. Guys are looking for a best friend and teammate in partnership as well. And number 1, this came up across so many categories in this report. The number 1 thing that men are looking for in a partner is loyalty. And the fastest thing that would get a guy to run away from a potential partner is signs that a woman is not loyal. I'm about to make a video on the top 5 things that men want when a stressful thing happens in their life, like how they want to be supported by their women. If you want that video, hit the follow button and I'll see you there.
Do you think a lot of women stand on their standards when it comes to a man they actually like?
I would say no. I think that most women got 2 sets of rules. They got a set of rules for the guy that they really like, and they got a set of rules for everybody else. And that right there is the issue, right? When you reach your peak level of maturity, then those rules become the same. Nobody is exempt. And I think because most women don't stand on their square, that allows men to just feel like we can do what we want. Like, y'all got to understand how men think. Like, men only respect consequences. That's it, that's all. And fact is, most women don't administer them, right? So if I'm dealing with you and I'm violating and I'm this and I'm that, and you may get mad for 2-3 days or a week or whatever, you might go stay with your homegirl or whatever the case may be, but we know you coming back. Not only you coming back, but the 5 women we dated before you coming back. So when we get to the 8th woman, what you think our expectation is going to be? So I think if women want to see change in men, y'all got to start standing on y'all standard. But if y'all don't and continue to have those 2 sets of rules, good luck.
You know why I feel like that's true? Because be shocked is when you leave them, don't they?
Yep.
What the? I just cheated twice. Times 6.
3 days ago. That's the only time they be okay with going to see the lady. And
oh, right.
As soon as you leave, that's when they want to go see the lady and fix every thing about them. No, it's too late. I no longer care.
I knew when I posted that video that there would be at least one woman that would come and make a comment like this. And this highlights something that a lot of men say. Because a lot of women will engage in a casual relationship with a man, but you really have relationship expectations for him. See, he wasn't the problem because she agreed to have a casual relationship with that man. And when I went there that night, I did not have any intentions to be with him. It played out that way, but that wasn't my intention. But either way, he didn't owe either one of us not a thing. That was a single man living his life, doing what single men do. And a lot of women, y'all have a problem with the fact that typically single men have somebody that they're having casual sex with. And as much as y'all hate to compete, the truth of the matter is most men are going to engage in casual until they come across a woman in which they feel like, hey, she's different. There's something about her that's set apart. I want her. I don't want these casual women. I want something deeper with this one. The problem is a lot of you don't want to admit that you really don't have anything more to offer a man than just
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to. There's some types of guys who work in tech who are attractive and we might have the same interests, but they think they are too smart and they are really full of themselves, and I don't like dating that type of guy either. If I try to date someone who doesn't work in tech, but they aren't a high earner, they end up feeling too insecure and they aren't able to afford the type of things that I can, like fine dining and traveling. So dating as a woman in tech is not for the weak.
We need to start a concentration camp for women this delusional because they're a danger to society. She doesn't need to have free will any longer. Get her off the streets. Get anyone that thinks like her off the streets. Like, this is below mid-pack speaking in this manner. You can't rationalize with this. So what do? Lock her up. Knock on her door in the middle of the night and get her out of here. She does not need to be with the rest of general population. She doesn't need to be. And the unfortunate part is that if this is what a below average woman is thinking, the dating market is absolutely destroyed. So you have to realize this is the type of psychological warfare you're navigating. This is a mental illness. This is a mental illness. She's on some form of a spectrum to think like this. I'm telling you right now. And the fact that she's working at, so she's very smart. She's very smart. And that's the dangerous part. This is a high IQ woman. This is a high IQ holder thinking like this. So if smart women are thinking like this, what's going on with the rest of society? So keep that in mind as you're dating. Most of these women, they're beyond savings. They're so delusional. They really are thinking far beyond what God has made within their capabilities. And literally, this is a lost cause. So as you date, gentlemen, remember, anytime you might get turned down by some below mid-pack, anytime a girl is just asking for outlandish standards, it's because women like this is even having high demands in the dating market. So all you can do is vet accordingly, pivot, and only deal with women that are worth your time. Do not waste your time with these below average women because they also think that they're worthy of what 9s and 10s should have. But it's trust fund baddies only.
Y'all got to check this out.
How did this woman think she could actually fight a man one-on-one and win? This isn't acceptable. It would have been different if it was just jokes, but she stood in front of a giant, strong man and started exchanging real blows like it was a fair fight. Now look at the outcome. Some people are saying the man is a coward. and should never have gotten involved. Others believe that once a woman chooses to throw punches at a man, she can't be shocked if he defends himself and teaches a hard lesson. What's your opinion on this situation?
I'm going to be real with you. I think in this situation, she needed that lesson because she was really trying to fight this dude. He is like twice her size and she's trying to fight him like she had a chance of winning. Now, the caption says, should he be arrested? Absolutely not. He's defending himself. And if she would have hit him and he would have turned around and knocked her wig loose, he would have been in his rights to do that. But he didn't. He just slapped her around a little bit. This is basically slap boxing to men. Men all over the world grew up doing this. And I know that pissed her off even more. But like I said earlier, I believe she needed this lesson. And women like her need to see this. They need a lesson like this because these women think they can go around and fight grown men. That is a grown man right there. That's not some little boy in her son's classroom. And she's swinging on him like she actually had a chance to take him out. He just toyed with her. Yeah, he slapped her around a little bit, but he wasn't trying to really hurt her. Now she can go home, watch this video again, and realize how crazy she was to try to fight a dude. Because the next dude she roll on trying to do that, he ain't gonna hold back. He's gonna.
Okay, if you're a girl, stop scrolling because I'm about to give you the top 3 places to meet a good guy. And I'm not talking about just a fling or a hookup. I'm talking about like your soulmate or your future husband.
I'm so tired of mediocre men or any man really hitting me up thinking it's appropriate. It will never be appropriate. I will always be better than you. That's just...
Sometimes I get sad because I've been in like talking.
Wanting to be a wife after playing the streets will never not be funny. This reality many of these women are facing, it's due to them ignoring their best years because they believed time was infinite. But no one told them that smashing men and trying to...
The only men or guys that are hitting up, as they say, that kind of terminology, whoever talks like that, you're a loser. So the only people, the only guys hitting up these females are beta males or simps. Real men checked out years ago. We're not fucking around until things change, right? So now women that only been getting approached by simps and beta males for the past decade or two, so they don't know what a real man is because they only have beta males to go off. So they're like, oh, this guy hit me up and said, come over to my house. And she's like, no. And I'm like, what the hell? You don't know? That's a beta male. A real man would never do that. So it's getting
Find
crazy.
a good man are two different things.
I wish more guys understood how difficult it is to date as a good woman. Like,
I'm 36 on the dating apps again.
A guy that's been begging me to hang out for months literally just deleted me yesterday.
The male gender is going extinct.
Recently, I've had a lot of anxiety about turning 31 this year. Recently, I've caught up with a lot of old friends from my past life, people who knew me in my early 20s, and just hearing their life updates about how they bought a house and how they just had a child. And I just feel like I'm living the same life, but in a different city each year. And with my most recent dating escapades, I just feel like I might not meet my person. It's easy to find people that you're attracted to. It's just whether or not is there like any sort of vibe there. The thing is, I've met people that I've liked, but then they don't want to go further than that. And then the people that do want to go further, I don't like. And then we're in this constant loop of like no one liking anyone. But the people who are like super non-committal, like, don't you guys get bored of having the same conversation over and over again? That's not just in my dating life because I'm also making new friendships in a new city. So I'm like very exhausted of having the same new conversation over and over again. I don't think we talk about this anxiety portion of life too much because I think everyone likes to paint out a fairy tale that life is perfect and like no one's bothered, but I am bothered right now. So if anyone else is feeling anxious or stressed out or heightened, I don't know, maybe there's something going on with the moons. I'm feeling it too.
This is the anxiety that starts when time becomes visible. In the early 20s, dating can feel endless. There is always another person, another option, another conversation. But by the 30s, friends are buying homes, having children, and building families, while some women are still stuck in the same talking stages. That creates panic. And the dating loop gets exhausting because the people they like do not want commitment, and the people who want commitment do not excite them. That pattern does not happen by accident. It usually comes from years of rewarding unavailable men while overlooking stable ones. Now the market feels harder because time exposed the choice.
I'm so tired of mediocre men or any man really hitting me up thinking it's appropriate. It will never be appropriate. I will always be better than you. That's just the way the world works. Okay. Call me a bitch, call me cocky, call me conceited. I don't fucking care. Don't waste my time and don't hit on me.
Dating in your 30s, it's not what it used to be. You know what you want now. You don't have time for games or for people who won't be serious. You've been hurt. You've learned your patterns, and now you spot red flags a mile away.
I went to ask out a cute boy in the wild. I went up to this guy. He was like, hey, my name is Ryan. I was like, that's so funny. My name is Rylin. We have like the same name. And he was like, no, we don't. And then he put his drink on the table and he left the bar. So another L has been taken, my friends.
Happy Thursday, all. I'm now in search of a husband. Single life sucks. Single everything sucks, other than like, you know, getting to do whatever I want, whenever I want, which apparently I just don't have the energy to actually do anything anymore because I'm so busy doing all the things that my partner would help me do if I had one, and I don't have one. I think people are like meant to have a pair. Like you're meant to have a person, because how the hell do you work like 60 hours a week, you know, take care of yourself, look after your house, look after your kids, look after your dog, stay fed, do groceries and all those kinds of things by yourself? There's not enough time. There's not enough time. So logistically speaking, I need a husband. Yeah. And one preferably that will do all the yard work, because I don't want to do it. Wasting my entire day off.
She said. She is now in search of a husband now. The question becomes, why now at this late age of 40? While I do agree with her that people are meant to be together, you can't ignore the timing, because let's be honest, she wasn't thinking about finding a husband when she was younger and had endless options. That's the thing with modern women. As soon as they realize that independent isn't as fulfilling as they thought, the mindset changes. It goes from strong to I'm tired, from I don't need a man to where are all the good men, from I'm focusing on myself to I'm ready to settle down now. And in her words, she now wants a husband that will do all the hard work because she can't do it by herself anymore. That right there is the real truth a lot of them hide. This is what it looks like when time humbles, when the same life they bragged about starts demanding more than they can handle.
A guy that's been begging me to hang out for months literally just deleted me yesterday when I asked for the address. I recently stopped talking to this guy that I've been seeing for like 2.5 years on like a situationship type vibe. I've been trying to like start talking to other people, and there was this guy that I know, but like we've never been romantic in that kind of way. He invited me to a pool party after he's been trying to hit me up like crazy. He invited me like through swiping up on my Snapchat. I was like, cool, that could be fun. And a couple hours later, I was like, me and my girls are gonna come, like, what's the address? After he had said, like, bring all your friends. I noticed like 30 minutes later that he wasn't responding. So I like clicked on it and I was like, holy shit, this guy deleted me. After months of trying to get me to hang out, I'm finally ready to pull up. They're like, no. Granted, I've met this guy before, so it's not like he's like catfishing. He's got to have a girlfriend or something.
Sometimes I get sad because I've been in like talking stages or like situationships, but I've never been in like an official relationship. So I've gone through like all of the heartbreak that comes with a breakup. I'm left with all of the potential of what ifs the relationship actually like transpired. Like, why am I going through all these heartbreaks and learning all of these lessons? But those heartbreaks weren't even from official relationships. All of the cons, none of the benefits. And I was telling this to my friend and he told me that it was actually kind of admirable. I was like, what? He was telling me, like, isn't it kind of cool that you've gotten all of these lessons on love, but you still get to look forward to like your first relationship? Like you still get to say like, oh, I'm going on my first date with this person. This is your first boyfriend, and still kind of experience all of that giddiness that comes with that being a first. And I was shocked because I never had thought of it that way.
This is exactly why situationship culture is so destructive. She got the heartbreak without the relationship, the pain without the title, the lessons without the commitment. That is not empowerment. That is giving people access to your emotions while they avoid responsibility. A lot of women are collecting trauma from men who were never even official. Then later, when a good man comes along, He has to deal with the damage left behind by men who never committed to her. That is why this matters. Situationships are not just harmless fun. They train women to accept confusion, uncertainty, and emotional leftovers instead of clarity.
I know we're in a hate all men era right now, and yes, 99% of the time I agree. But one thing about me, I love a man. Like, just the presence of a real man is so calming and peaceful.
I'm going on 28 dates in the month of February. I'm 31. I'm very single. I live in New York City. My biggest problem is that I literally always put it on the back burner and I just want to make it a priority. And so I think this challenge is a fun way to do it. Plus, New York is so fun to date in. The rule is 28 dates, but there can be certain days where I go on multiple dates and it doesn't necessarily have to be 28 different men, although maybe it's going to be. Already on Hinge and Bumble, but I'm also going to look into getting into a talent pool for a high-end matchmaker and maybe make eye contact with cute men on the street. I don't know. We'll see.
So all of my friends that I've talked to from back home have been like, oh my gosh, Taylor, I bet you met like so many guys. Like, I bet you're meeting the hottest guys. And I'm like, look, yeah, I mean, they're there. They are truly hotter. But no, I have never been ghosted more times in my life than I have by talking to some of these guys here. You know how they say like Midwest 10, California 6? No, I'm literally a Midwest 10, an Australian 2. But you know what? I'm always up for a good challenge. But seriously though, wish me luck. It is rough out here.
Hi. Okay, I've decided I think the only option here, I'm single, I'm 28. The dating game, what is it? I don't even understand it. Yeah, it's not going well. So I think the only option here is mistletoe. I think I have to carry around this mistletoe. It's from Trader Joe's. Shout out Trader Joe's. It's real mistletoe. This stuff is real stuff, okay? Not that fake stuff. It's real. That means it will work, okay? I'm gonna carry this around, dingle dangle, schniggle, whatever, and men will kiss me, and I will just see who's the better kisser, maybe, and maybe I'll find my husband that way. Because I honestly don't have another option, and this is seeming pretty good. I'll let you know how it goes. Or like if you know any single men, I'm right here. Happy holidays. Bye.
At this point, this is just pure desperation. And honestly, the guy she's looking for will be turned off by that, carrying around a mistletoe and kissing multiple different men and hoping to find a husband. That's not romantic. That's chaotic. No serious man is looking at that and thinking, yeah, that's wife material. He's thinking, she's scrambling because she's out of time. This is why I say single men are winning right now. And I don't mean that like women and men are in a competition. I mean that men have finally realized the value of their peace. They're no longer running around trying to prove themselves or jump through hoops to get attention from women who didn't appreciate them in the first place. She did mention she was 28, and that was her last option. So I can see why she's taking such drastic measures now.
If you are single in your 30s and you're down bad about dating, or really at any age, you literally just need single friends. That's literally the solution. Forget a partner. You just need a group of single friends to do things with. One, it makes it so much more fun because you feel like you're back in college. Everyone wants to do things again. They get it like no other. And you can like relate to them and vent. And it's like everyone understands and everyone has been in the situation that you're in.
And that's the other thing that pisses me off, okay? Because when I'm sat at dinner with my gorgeous, gorgeous friend and she's there in her tight little fucking gorgeous dress, looking all bougie and shit, and the bill comes to the table, do you know how fast I snatch that bill up? Wah! Don't touch that fucking bill. Like, the idea of my pretty friend paying the bill literally makes me feel sick to my stomach. And I'm like, why can a man actually... Wait. I might be gay. I might be a lesbian. I'm still figuring that out. I'm still working on that bit. But if I'm sat across from dinner and a man, right, and that bill even touches, if that bill touches the table for more than a second before he snatches that shit up, like, it just fills me with this feeling of disgust. I don't know. Oh my God, maybe I'm gay. Wait. Oh, fuck. Okay, hang on. I need to think on that.
This woman sounds kind of unhinged. It also sounds like she is struggling to figure out whether she actually likes women or men, because the way she talks about her pretty female friend is warm, protective, and almost excited. But the way she talks about men is full of disgust. And a lot of women like this have internalized resentment toward men that they try to disguise as standards. Sometimes it is not even about the bill. It is about a deeper conflict they have with masculinity, attraction, and their own identity. Then they project that confusion onto men. But the bill part matters too. She expects the man to instantly grab the check and pay like a traditional provider. So again, modern women reject traditional roles until it is time for a man to perform one. If she wants provider treatment, there has to be respect, femininity, gratitude, and reciprocity.
And my ex-husband is not a bad guy, wonderful father. But there were some things that would send people into orbit when I would tell them things. And I'm not exaggerating. My ex-husband did not tell me that he loved me. That was something that I accepted. We'll call it accepted, but now I see it as settling. I had accepted this about him, but what ended up happening is years and years and years of what I will consider emotional neglect unintentionally. I began to resent him. And there's a few videos that I want to make of things that I've learned, especially with us coming up on 1 year.
Was a situationship, okay? So I'm going to tell you about it, okay? Because to be honest,
the worst of both worlds and gave it a name like that makes it okay. The talking stage alone of a situationship should be classified as a psychological experiment. Texting someone every day, you know their sleep schedule, you know their coffee order, you know their childhood trauma. But are you together? No. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And you're not allowed to ask either. Can't say what you actually want from them because it's too much and it'll scare them away. You just sit there and hope they figure it out. They never figure it out, do they? Then one of you catches feelings and the other one says they need space. Space from what exactly? You're not even dating. You're not dating. You're just two people making each other insane. Oh, and here's my personal favorite part. And then it ends and you have to grieve someone that you never technically had. There's no breakup. There's no closure. Nothing at all. Just a text usually saying, I need to focus on myself or we shouldn't do this anymore. Again, making each other insane. And then they go off and get a girlfriend or a boyfriend in the next 3 weeks, probably get married and have kids and have babies. And you sit there wondering for the rest of your life why it couldn't be you. I still sleep with my teddy bear from my childhood. Does anything about me say that I can do casual? Let that one sink in.
This is the best summary of the problem. Situationships give women the worst of both worlds. They are close enough to get attached, but not committed enough to ask for anything. They talk every day, learn each other's trauma, sleep together, act like a couple, and still pretend nobody owes anybody clarity. Then when it ends, there is no breakup, no closure, and no accountability, because technically it was never official. That is how women lose years. They give girlfriend energy to men who are not boyfriends, then wonder why those men can commit to someone else 3 weeks later. If a woman wants marriage, she cannot keep giving situationship access to men who have not earned commitment.
I want in my next relationship, I want my guy, if say we're somewhere, I want him to be like across the room from me. And when I look over at him to find him, he's already staring at me, like staring like he just wants to take me in the bathroom right now. I can't even wait till we get home.
Oh yeah, and I'm also asking my friends to set me up if they know anyone, but like I also don't want to apply too much pressure on that one.
So you want to meet new men without getting on the dating app. So you want to meet them in the wild, but you're afraid to talk to them. I got you. It's so easy. If you want to talk to men in the wild, there is an absolute amazing formula on how to do it. And once you master it, it is so easy and you will never fret about talking to a man in public again.
So you notice all these videos of women looking for men. It's always the women like, where can I find a good man? All my friends are married. I want a good man. But you don't see men looking for good women. We're just checked out. They're not setting up anything. They're not asking, are their guy friends, oh, could you set me up with your sister or your girl? We're just like, no, you don't want to date my sister. Trust me, she's some other guy's problem, right? Guys aren't out here trying to get set up with anyone. It's only the women because obviously they know they need a man, but the men don't really need a woman. We can get by and do everything we need to do. Yes, Cypher's News says it's NPC syndrome. These people are the least spiritual. It's all about stuff that doesn't put them in the moment, but keeps them waiting for the next dopamine hit. It's anti-spiritual, and it's the furthest thing from a biblical woman. And this is everything that it stems down to. No woman in today's world is a biblical woman. No woman in today's world is a woman that existed in the days of Jared. And what happened in the days of Jared were the fallen angels were watching the women on earth, the daughters of man, and they couldn't resist the sparkle and the femininity of females of that time, that they had to leave heaven and risk their eternal salvation to defy the Lord and choose themselves wives. The women of today, the angels would never fall for. They would have stayed in heaven. Yeah, it's tough.
Put you on. First of all, you're not going to go up to him with the mindset of, oh, I want to hit on him. You're going to go up to him with the mindset of, I'm just going to start a conversation. Then when you go up to him, you are going to ask him for advice on something. This is crucial, okay? Because men want to help. They want to be able to help women. When you ask him for advice on something, you're going to make him feel stronger, you're going to make him feel macho, and it's a great way to start a conversation without being too, forward. So for example, say you're at a coffee shop, just be like, hey, this is my first time here. What did you get? Do you like it? What do you normally get? You can do the same thing at a bar about an alcoholic beverage. Or, and this is actually my favorite one that I use all the time. You say, hey, I really love your
single day of my life. I don't understand the concept of searching for your husband, looking for a husband, just to marry somebody. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I have never pictured my wedding in my life. I probably don't even want a wedding dress. Doesn't seem like my vibe. Never even thought about it. I feel like I'm in such a thing of if I found a man who kind of changed my mind and made me feel sappy and he made me feel a certain type of way, then I could want the husband, right? Because it's oh yeah, I get it now. Yeah, let's go get married. That makes sense. But if I never found that man, then I just don't. I'm not gonna just rush in and marry somebody just for the sake of having a husband. I just don't get that. I don't get it. I literally love being by myself right now. Do things by myself all the time. Eating by yourself, being in your bed watching.
Yeah, she won't be saying the same thing when she turns 40.
Juicy tattooed maybe bicep to just use as a pillow or something.
Why does it have to be a tattooed bicep? You see, so you can tell that she's just, her mind is so filled with Instagram that she thinks that the only man that's suitable for her is someone with a tattooed bicep. What the hell? And yet he's gonna have a tattooed bicep, make 6 figures, be 6 feet tall.
Just that smell of freaking cologne just entering my nostrils as of course y'all want those little things sometimes, but if I'm marrying somebody, that man better be my best friend in the world. We better crack up together. I don't know.
A lot of these types of women have their priorities backwards. They do not mind becoming a baby mother, but somehow being a wife is the part they question. That is backwards. A child is a lifelong commitment. Motherhood ties you to a man forever in some way, but marriage is treated like this huge optional thing she does not understand. That is why so many women...
Again, I've only done dating apps one time. I did it in the summer of 2021 or 2022. The experience wasn't great. I don't know, didn't feel for it. Never wanted to get on them before. Never wanted to get on them again after. But I think I was in a brief relationship last year. It's probably been about a year. And I feel like sometimes it's am I not
related or gaslit or sitting in my room at night while he's fucking another girl? All fucked up. Just
there goes the species, I guess.
They were impossible not to admire, I mean, they used to go to war. They were providers, protectors, but that was kind of a long time ago.
Has someone been living under a rock? Because a lot of men still do all of those things.
Because now they're posting fit checks and skincare routines. So many traits that were once labeled as feminine are now commonly found in men. So, what happened?
Oh, well, that's easy. Quite frankly, a lot of women got exactly what they asked for when it comes to how some men currently behave. Because there was a belief, and it's still held by some, that masculinity itself was toxic. And unfortunately, that belief came about because some individuals who acted in a traditional masculine manner had some toxic behaviors. Therefore, it made sense, due to a lack of critical thinking skills on the parts of some, that all of masculinity was toxic. So if a person is asking why some men aren't acting in such a masculine manner as they used to, well, it's because women didn't want them to.
The male gender is going extinct, huh? And she's saying,
yeah, that's it. I think we're done. No more. These robot voices, the women complaining, not making any sense, not bringing up the Bible. That's why no one is living the way the way God intended us to live. Cypher News says that the common thread for all these women are they are posting online looking for gratification. Single women are the most insecure. Yep. And the chatbots are there to feed into that gratification every day. Anytime a woman makes a post online, there's going to be some chatbot that's going to be like, wow, you're so amazing, you're so brave, you're so pretty, you're beautiful. Like I've seen it on many posts and pictures. It's just I don't know how people don't see it. Maybe they do see it, but they don't care, or they like it and need it. They need to know that someone, even if it's a bot, thinks that they're worth it. Like nothing makes sense. So I'm gonna go eat now. We're gonna have to keep talking about this. Maybe not later on today, but I'll be back. Got a lot to go over. So right now we're just covering this, making sure we put our biblical prophecy all over this epidemic of loneliness and separation between men and women, and the lack of marriage, and the strong independent women. Why this is just messing up society is because it's the furthest thing from a biblical family unit. Men cannot be providers if women are providing for themselves. So who the hell are we providing for? If women are providing for themselves and competing with men, the men are like, okay, if we get you, we can just provide for ourselves then, right? Women need to stop working, give the jobs back to the men, and watch how fast you get everything you ever wanted without lifting a finger. It's crazy. Thank you so much for joining Cypher's News. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm going to head out. Hope you enjoy all your evenings and meals and dinners and snacks, and I'll see you soon. Take care.